Like our student union.
But with fraud.
For our crew to go to that same McDonald's she went to, I wouldn't want it any other way.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit.
Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio.
That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Pay no interest for 72 months, plus current eligible Buick owners get $500 purchase allowance on Buick SUV models.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is
Produced by the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus. Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Walker alongside Sylvester Williams and Anthony Robinson, and we are here at Charlie W. Johnson Stadium for Benedict College's homecoming, and the Tigers face the Clark Atlanta Panthers, who come up here from Atlanta to face this team today, who's definitely looking to go 1-0. Sly, what do you think about today's game?
Hey, man, it is homecoming in the South. There is nothing better than homecoming in the South. You have the people outside. They're cooking out. You got the bands playing. You got the DJs scratching. It is homecoming in the South. I am so happy to be here. Everybody's ready to be here. Hey, Jamie, this is what we like down here in football country.
Absolutely. Anthony, you are a resident expert here at Benedict College. Tell us about what the atmosphere is like.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, man. Here in Columbia right now, this in the state of South Carolina, it's like everybody knows that Benedict is in uncharted waters, man. They're 8-0 for the first time. The first time they became 3-0, history. 4-0, history. 5-0, history. 6-0, history. All the way up to 8-0. So, also, I'll tell you what, that Benedict is looking forward to doing, not only winning today. If they beat Clark Atlanta University today, that means they're undefeated in the state of Georgia. It also means they would have won 4 homecomings. They beat Fort Valley State for homecoming, Albany State for homecoming, and Morehouse, all at their homecomings, and now they want to do the same to Clark Atlanta.
We'll just call Benedict the homecoming kings. And I'll tell you what, when we're talking about the football today, this team has played phenomenal all throughout this season. You're talking about both offensively, defensively. You want to clean up some things special teams-wise, but definitely they have been on one really this entire year. Sylvester, just talk about the ways offensively and defensively that they've been just phenomenal.
Well, one of the things that I liked what I saw out of Benedict, a lot of times a guy's not going to get a lot of credit. Guy in the trenches that I really like, his name was Jaquez Little. Jaquez Little, they got him listed at about 6'1", 300-something pounds. 300 pounds even. They might have took that weight. They might have took that weight in August after football practice on the hottest day of the year, because he's every bit about 320. But the big boy moves. He has what I like to call beautiful feet. He moves. He's back and forth, and he dominates on the inside. Oh man, that defensive front from Benedict, they are strong, and he is one of the reasons they're so great. They got a couple more reasons that defense is so strong at Benedict.
Tell you what, anchoring that defensive line for Benedict is Lupert Denalis, man, transfer student. Seemed like every other week he's defensive player of the week for the SIAC. He's a sack master. He can make tackles behind the line. The defensive line, as well as the defense, go how Lupert Denalis goes.
Outstanding. Now we're talking about the opponent today, Clark Atlanta, who's coming up, has a new head coach from last year. The legend in Willie Slater.
Yes.
They played much improved ball. The record may not indicate that, but they have some players that also stand out.
And here's the thing about Coach Slater. Coach Slater, I talked to him yesterday, and Coach Slater, he showed and he pointed out a couple of things. Clark Atlanta, they're about three or four plays away from having a completely different season. Coach Slater came in late with recruiting. He got hired on in February, so he got hired after the signing date. So some of the recruits that he wanted, he couldn't get. So he's making do because he's a legend. He is a legend in the SIAC. So he's coaching up these guys. And one of the guys he's coaching up, Ducon Quincy. Quincy's the running back. Quincy, we're going to see a lot of Quincy. It's going to be Quincy to the left, Quincy to the right, Quincy up the middle. He's going to give it to you a lot. And watch out for Quincy. If he can establish the run, they might be the homecoming crashers this week.
Ooh, I like what I hear. Now, Anthony, again, you're talking about, Benedict both offensively and defensively. Talk about some other things that may be a factor in them getting the victory today.
I'll tell you what, focus. First of all, Coach Chinnis Berry has been awesome with keeping his players focused. Not only his players, but his coaches. He talks about, hey, we pray together. We let each other know we love each other. And their mission every week is to go 1-0.
Absolutely. I actually talked to Coach Berry this week for a few minutes, and he absolutely continued that mantra when it comes to just finishing or just being 1-0 every week. He also talked about the preparation and things that they did as a team to just continue what the success would be. He was here last year, saw some things, wanted to implement some things, and you can see their focus is so much better than it was last year. They've also obtained some players. He talked about, 60 players in and out of this program between last year and this year that have come in and really have just put this team on good footing. When you have those kind of programs, Sly, when you have that kind of change, what are some things that you look for when it comes to being a successful team with that much turnover?
Well, if you have that much turnover, it starts up top. You have to have the man up top in control of the situation. And what Coach Berry is a great coach. He's a good coach, right? But he's an even better motivator. He's a better molder of young men. When you bring in Benedict recently got a sports management grad program, so they can bring in graduate transfers. They can bring in new players. But what Coach Berry does, he molds these guys together. And that's what helps when you bring in new guys. If you got a guy who can mold those guys together, properly motivate them. I listen to Coach Berry, especially the SIAC Media Day. My eligibility is long gone, but I was checking. I wanted to make sure to see if I had any eligibility left. I wanted to go out there and maybe play for Coach Berry a little bit. That's what you need. You need that guy to mold all those new players together.
Absolutely. And Anthony, talk about how the community has bought into this program.
Oh my gosh, man! I'll tell you what, the community, the state of South Carolina, the greater Columbia area, have really bought into what Benedict's doing. Very seldom do you not hear anything in the media about Benedict, either in print, television, or radio. The athletic director, Ray Tanner, at the University of South Carolina, a very, very humble, wise man. When he and I met and talked a few weeks ago, the first thing he said to me was, hey, Benedict's 6-0. We weren't talking football. We were talking military and motivation, but the word is out.
All right. Well, when we come back, we'll have kickoff here from Charlie W. Johnson Stadium. Make sure you join us here, presented by the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus. And welcome to Charlie W. Johnson Stadium, where Benedict is set to kick off. They won the toss and elected to defer. Me alongside Sylvester Williams and Anthony Robertson. And we are about to get underway here from the stadium. 61 Reginald Rogers set to kick. And back to return, number 11, Alvin Jones. And we are underway, Toby's Leather. Short kickoff. It will bounce around the 20-yard line. It's kind of unsure who's going to catch it, but crossing over the 25 and down to the 26-yard line. Flag on the play. And that was called by number 16, David Martin.
Now, Jamie, here's something. When you got a big-time underdog taking on a big-time favorite, the underdog cannot make mental mistakes and simple mistakes. And see, right here, starting the game off for Clark, if you're the up-back, rule number one is the up-back, you're never supposed to go back to receive the ball. You know, you have to go forward. You can come up to catch it, but you can never go back to receive it. It's the little things that separates the winners from the losers, just the little things.
We talked about those little things, a holding call on Clark Atlanta early, so they'll be set back even further. They'll start around the 20-yard line. And Anthony, what are you looking for this defense today for Benedict?
We talked about that front four that Benedict had. One thing they do is really get at it. John Hannah, Luke with the Nailers, man, those guys come off that ball, bringing a whole lot of pressure. Looking forward to see what Big Curtis Williams is going to do. And Jacquez Lewis.
Right, so Clark Atlanta will start on offense first in their white jerseys, red trim. It's like a handoff to Daquan Kinsey up the middle, gets good yardage up to the 21-yard line. Tackle made by number 41, Dedrick Starks. Looks like a gain of about 5. We'll call it 4. 2nd and 6.
See, I like that. Now, in a game, the most important drive in a game is the first drive of the first half and the first drive of the second half. This is where you establish control. This is where you figure out what type of team you have. Are you going to punch somebody in the mouth, or are you going to get punched in the mouth?
We'll see who does the punching here. Clark Atlanta moving from right to left on your TV screen. That's Sharif Brown. Hand off to Kinsey again, cuts it back, but not much on that play as a host of Tigers surround Daquan Kinsey. Leading the charge looks like number 49, and that is John Hannibal.
You talked about him earlier, Hannibal, man. He's a guy, he's going to go from sideline to sideline. He's going to be that linebacker force that you need, man. And that was a great job of being patient, seeing the runner. When the runner made the cutback, he was right there waiting on him.
Tell you what, Hannibal and Starks, 2 local kids. Hannibal played prep at Keenan High School. Starks at Irvine High School. Those guys are sophomores, and they've moved into the lineup, starting lineup this season.
All right, so switching the formation here, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, 2 backs along with Brown. Brown scanning the field, no. Actually switching quarterback, he'll take off. And that is number 2, Darius Hall. On the carry this time, not much on the play. Tackled again by a host of Benedict Tigers, and it looks like Clark Atlanta will punt on this play.
You know, that's just one of the good things. That play right there kind of shows why Benedict is the leader in defense in the SIAC. That pass, they had great coverage by the secondary, and once that coverage broke down and the quarterback scrambled, the linebacker stepped up and closed down those scramble lanes just so he could have just a minimum gain. That's just great team defense.
Audio Quintanilla on the punt, gets off a high spiral. Looks like it'll be caught around the 35-yard line. Has a little bit of running room, but closed quickly, and that was number 84, Kendall Norman, on the return for a few yards. So it looks like Benedict will come out on their first opportunity on offense, and leading this squad, number 7, Eric Phoenix, who's had a phenomenal season for Benedict.
Eric Phoenix has played exceptionally. Coach Barry is fortunate to have 2 quarterbacks, and we often say you have
Absolutely. He actually talked about that in our pregame meeting, saying that cliche was out the window when it comes to this team. Handoff up the middle. That's to number 21, DeAndre Duhart, who will split carries, of course, with Zaire Scotland on today. That thunder and lightning combo that you always talk about.
That's right. Coach Berry preaches about it. And they were both nicked up in the lights. See what they're going to do today.
Duhart to get the ball again on the left side. Has some running room. We brought down around the 45-yard line. That'll be enough for a Benedict first down. So good start for the Benedict Tigers here.
You know, you talked about the running backs being nicked up in the last game. In the last game, I think Benedict played against Morehouse. They played 5 running backs. Everybody got a chance. I thought I was going to get a carry in that game.
You're absolutely right about that.
Benedict playing with some tempo here. Duhart again on the carry, but brought down. It's like short of the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss. It looks like number 97, Jalen Parham, on the tackle. 6'4", 240-pound freshman from Macon, Georgia. So 2nd and 11 for the Benedict Tigers. Trips formation to the far side. Eric Phoenix will roll out to his left. Has a receiver and caught at the 40-yard line. And we'll see who that is on the reception. Looks like number 26. Check that.
You know, I like that pass as an introduction pass. That's what I call your first pass of the game, a nice introduction pass. You know, he's rolling to his left, rolling to his strong side, and he's throwing the 5-yard out. I would have loved for him to pick up more yards, but a great job just to get your quarterback a little bit comfortable putting the ball in the air.
Taven Grice on the reception. It's like after stoppage of play, looks like a false start on Benedict. They have 3rd and 6. We're back to a 3rd and 11. You don't want to see that here in the beginning for the Benedict Tigers. Talk about mistakes in the beginning of the games.
You know, this game, playing football, you know, it's nice if you're bigger than everybody. It's nice if you're faster than everybody. It's nice if you're stronger than everybody. But you also have to be smart. This is a mental game, and that's where a lot of kids get caught up. They lose out on the mental aspect. And something as simple as jumping offside, that's just simple mental mistake right there.
For example, but looks like the pass will fall incomplete, broken up by number 3, Andrew Bloodsaw. But there is a flag on the play, several flags on the play, so we'll see what this is about. I think it's offsides called. It looks like it will be on Clark Atlanta, jumping just a little fast. That was on Kalale Ogulie.
You know, it was a free play for Benedict's offense, and I like the fact it was a free play. They went downfield. They didn't take anything soft or anything short. Free play, go downfield, go for it all.
Absolutely. So now back to a 3rd and 6, 10:33 left here in the opening quarter, opening drive for Benedict. Phoenix trying to get somebody to draw off again, looking to the sidelines for the play. Clark Atlanta, that 4-man front. Plays with a nickel most of the time. Phoenix gets the snap, looking for someone in the air, looking for a receiver, throws it up. Oh, almost a phenomenal catch. Tell you what, that would have been one of those definite great moments. Try to go to Taven Grice once again, but ball was dropped. And now, 4th down for the Benedict Tigers.
Now on that play, you got to look at Grice. Grice came up holding his arm on that one too. He came up a little bit limber holding that arm when he went down.
He went down on a strange way. He felt it was a long way from it's being something that's going to bounce him right back up.
Eubanks with the punt. They're called Ashley rolls into the end zone. And so Clark Atlanta will start 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So we will take a break here from Charlie W. Johnson Stadium. No score here from Columbia, South Carolina on the Black College Sports Network.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
And welcome back here to Benedict College in its homecoming. Great crowd here today here at the stadium. You see all the surroundings. You see the tailgates. You love what you're seeing. And definitely a great atmosphere for football. Overcast, but definitely a great day if you're a football player. Not too hot. Handoff up the middle to Daquan Kinsey once again. And he'll get about 11 yards on the play. Enough for a first down.
That was an excellent run by first down McKenzie. That's exactly what you're saying. McKenzie being that runner, walking lane.
He's going to test out that Benedict front. You know, Benedict, they have the best defense in the SIAC. But one thing Coach Slater said, he said, we're going to test it out. We're going to see if the legend is true.
All right, so this legendary formation, switching it up a little bit, little power set on the left, handoff again to Daquan Kinsey. And brought down on the play by number 15, Aaron Miller. 6'2", 230 pounds from Decatur, Georgia, Miller Grove High School. So definitely familiar with that program. And again, you can see what Clark Atlanta is trying to do. They, despite their record, they want to establish the run.
I think these coaches at BC are very wise not to get focused on Clark Atlanta's record. Focus on what they can do in action.
So, looking at about 2nd and 8 for Clark Atlanta. 2 running backs in the backfield. Looks like we're going to fake this time. Going up the middle. Quarterback kept it and got about 4 yards on the play. So, Darius Hall. It looks like about a 3rd and 4. Actually, 3rd and 5 for Clark Atlanta. 8:40 here in the first quarter in this scoreless ball game. So again, when you're looking at both of these squads, just testing each other out here in the first quarter.
Like a good heavyweight fight.
Oh, yeah.
Just throwing that jab out there and see what happens.
So 3rd and 5 for Clark Atlanta. 2 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side. Hall in the backfield looking to pass. Going to set up the screen and sets it up beautifully to Kinsey. But brought down, looks like we'll see what the spot will be. And that's brought down by number 15, Aaron Miller. Once again, from his defensive end position, good tackle on the play. It looks like Kinsey will be tackled short of the first down. So 4th and 1, 7:53 and counting here in the first quarter.
That's a good homecoming spot right there. I know people back in Atlanta, saying, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I thought he was a little bit further than the 40-yard line. Well, that was one of those homecoming spots.
A little home cooking, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So punting, once again, Kentonil. Back to return, Kendall Norman once again.
Now here's something Coach Slater talked about. He talked about his special teams in the return game. Clark is giving up 3 touchdowns on the kickoff team and 1 on the punt team. That's something they really want to work on.
Fair catch at around the 24. Benedict will have their second drive on offense. So again, when you're looking for Benedict, they traditionally, I wouldn't say they start out slow, but they choose their fights. Offensively, what do you think the aim will be now that they've kind of seen Clark Atlanta so far?
Well, I kind of agree with you that it will start very slow. I think Eric Phoenix is beginning to warm up. Throwing to his favorite receiver by Bryce. And it's kind of set to something. Bryce get everything going and do all he's ready to run home.
Trips formation, trips to the far side. 1 receiver wide to the near side. Man in motion to the right side. Running back shifts as well. Phoenix waiting. Will hand off to Zaire Scotland up the middle. And a bunch of yards just carrying Panthers up the field. Excuse me, that's Ashley Duhart on the carry, not Scotland. He'll get about 3 on the play. So 2nd and 7 for Benedict.
Keeping those legs churning. You always want to keep moving. You're the running back. For all you young kids out there watching, want to learn how to play running back, that's how you do it. Don't let that first contact bring you down.
6:42 and counting here in the first quarter, man in motion. Phoenix looking to pass, shoots one up to around the 40, caught, still on his feet, crosses over to 45, and that'll be number 85, Reginald Harden, 6'5", 200 pounds from Jacksonville, Florida.
One thing I like about Phoenix does a great job of finding that spot, finding the spot in the zone. He can find the spot in the zone, and his wide receivers just sit. And Phoenix does a great job of finding those receivers.
Phoenix again in the gun. Will hand off again up the middle. Has some running room. Still on his feet. Cross over the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10-5. Touchdown. Benedict College, DeAndre Duhart.
It's not going to go down in the playbook. It's not going to go down in the record book. But I want you to look at Tyler Pritchard, the offensive lineman, 6'3", senior offensive guard. He pulled on that play. That's a simple guard trap. He pulled, came around the center, kicked out that block, and he created that huge hole. Now, that's a great run, but you got to give it up to the big uglies in the middle because he created that huge hole by himself with that pull.
Absolutely. Banks on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:55 left here in the first quarter, Benedict strikes blood first against the Clark Atlanta Panthers. We are glad you're on the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus. We're out. Make sure you return.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
5:55 left here in the first quarter, and Benedict is struck first on a DeAndre Duhart run. They are set to kick off again. We'll see if Clark Atlanta can get back into the game. What has to be the mentality for Clark Atlanta right now?
Right now, if you're Clark, you can't fall back. You have to take the positive of what your offense has been doing on these first couple of drives. You realize they've been running with Kinsey in the middle, and it's been working for them. Now they just have to build on that.
Ronnie West returning for Clark Atlanta gets up to the 30-yard line. Benedict seems to think he fumbled, but no, it'll be counted down. So Clark Atlanta will start on offense again on their third drive, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
See, another thing, man, Clark, they're playing with house money, man. They're not going to win the conference. They're not going to do anything special if they get a win today. So right now, they can go out there and they can freestyle. They can get out here, and why not? There's nothing to hold back. It ain't nothing to hold back. You can go ahead and give everything, throw everything out there right now. You might see a flea flicker out here today. I don't know. Ain't nothing. Don't save anything in the playbook.
Absolutely, it's possible. So Darius Hall in a quarterback, dropping back, looking for a receiver. Will throw downfield, and it is caught. It looks like Alvin Jones on the reception.
That's a good job of the scramble drill right there, Jamie. What the quarterback did, he rolled out. Once the wide receiver saw nothing was there on the scramble drill, what you practice on the scramble drill. If you're running a short route, you turn and go long. If you're running a long route, you come back short. All the receivers and the quarterback were on the same page, and that's how they got that to work.
Hand off to Daquan Kinsey. He'll get up to the 35-yard line on that last reception. That was actually Devon McCoy. So second down after about a 3-yard pickup.
And I like how they keep attacking that inside. Keep attacking that inside. Now they put big Jaquez Little on the inside. Let's see if the big man kind of shuts that down in that A gap.
4:43 and counting here in the first quarter. Benedict up 7-0 over the Clark Atlanta Panthers. Glad you can join us here on the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus. Shifting in the backfield. We have Kinsey alongside Tyler Price. Darius Hall rolls it wide and no one there. It'll fall incomplete.
See here, that incomplete pass, he threw it high. Reason for that is he knows Benedict's defensive line is great, and he got what we like to call happy feet. He got happy feet back there in that pocket. He had enough time to sit, set his feet, and throw a strike in there. But he's worried about that pressure coming when it actually wasn't even any pressure coming on that play.
So 37 for Clark Atlanta. All looking to pass. Flushed out the pocket. He'll run for it. Has some running room. Ball appeared to be out of bounds for a second. We'll see what the officials say. This officiating crew, we'll see who has it. It looks like Clark Atlanta will retain possession, but hard hit there along the sidelines on Hall.
I'm telling you, your quarterback, you out there scrambling, you can't be carrying that thing like a loaf of bread, man. You got to tuck it in there.
After the big hit fumble, it's fourth down.
All one another. But fortunately,
The
they
rule
were
of the
keeping
team
it in bounds
was
and
a
maintain
forward
possession.
fumble out of bounds.
Brings up a big
Return back to
fourth down.
Fourth down.
So they actually put the ball back where he went out of bounds, cannot fumble forward. So now fourth down, looks like Clark trying to make a decision on whether or not to actually go for it. It looks like they'll call a timeout.
Timeout.
So we're going to take a timeout with them. 3:48 left here in the first quarter. Benedict up 7-0 over Clark Atlanta. Make sure you join us from Charlie Johnson Stadium.
Join the Benedict.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass.
Presented by the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus. We have a fourth down call for Clark Atlanta. Looks like they will go for it. Fourth and a little more than 2, but Hall has some pressure. Throws it deep, has a man open for a second and broken up at the last minute. And it will be an incomplete pass broken up by number 23, Troy Frazier. And great play on the ball. Actually, they may have called that an interception.
Wow, he went up there and got it. Okay. You know, I often talk about what young players need to watch because I know we got some young players, some high schools, some elementary schools out here watching. What you need to do as a DB, what that young man did as a DB, he didn't look at the quarterback. His eyes were locked in on his wide receiver. And once his wide receiver made a move, once that wide receiver put his hands up and attempted to go for the ball, he turned around and he went for the ball and he got a turnover. If you make that move too early, you'll get beat.
So you what the thing about that turnover? You got the interception, but
Great point. So Phoenix looking to pass, shoots one up the middle. Man open! Ball hung a little too long in the air and falls to the turf.
He got to put a little bit more time in the weight room on that one. Hey, anytime it's an interception, I'm an old school gunslinger. Anytime it's an interception, my first play is play action, and I'm going straight down the field. I love that Coach Berry did that. He did that last week against Morehouse. Had a little bit better results last week. But if that quarterback puts that out there, that's 6 points, man. You got to put that one out there, Phoenix. You got to test off the arm strength. You're 7 in your left hand. You got to throw it like you Michael Vick.
All right.
He's fortunate.
Yep. Should have been going the other way.
So 2nd and 10 for Benedict. Wide to the near side pitch this time. To Duhart, has some running room, still untouched until he got up out to the 39-yard line. And it looks like it'll be a first down for Benedict College.
Jamie, I'd say today, Duhart is the thunder and lightning. We hadn't seen Stockton yet, and Duhart's been carrying the load with positive results.
because Scotland, he went out. Scotland, he went out like his first carry against Morehouse and twisted his ankle or something like that. He had a lower leg injury. They might be trying to save him.
Will on the jet sweep. That'll be Christ this time. He'll be brought down by number 9, Dylan Denard. It looks like about a 6-yard pickup, so 2nd and 4 for the Benedict Titans.
I like this tempo, that tempo offense. What Benedict's doing.
Hand off again up the middle. That is actually to number 28, Jalen Taylor. So not seeing Scotland, and that may be what you're talking about. Maybe resting for the Alec game, possibly, even up the road. So, so a couple yard pickup for Benedict. So 3rd and about 3. 2:09 left here in the first quarter. Benedict up 7-0. Eric Phoenix in the shotgun formation, running back to his right. Motion. Stephen Campbell. Phoenix looks to pass. Will throw the swing route. Nobody in front of the running back, Jalen Taylor. And I'm sure they are sick about that play.
That's gonna haunt it. That's gonna haunt his dreams. He's gonna think about that one all weekend. He's gonna think about that all weekend. That's gonna haunt him.
You wait till his offense.
Ooh.
Jared Eubanks set to punt.
All right, now look to the receiver.
You never know if Jared's going to kick it traditional style or if he's going to do rugby style.
That is true. Very versatile. Banks with the kick. As Alvin Jones on the return crosses over the 15, got hit by J-Ron Kilpatrick. Looks like that return will go up to the 15-yard line where Clark Atlanta will start 1st and 10.
That's a beautiful punt, man. To have that weapon, having a great punter is like having a great weapon, and that's what they have with them.
Again, Clark Atlanta back on offense. 1:35 left here in the first quarter. Benedict still leading 7-0. 2 receivers to the near side this time for Clark Atlanta. Exclusively running the football, but taking their shots. Handoff to Daquan Kinsey, dragging tacklers across 20 down to about the 22. So about an 8-yard pickup for Clark Atlanta. Positive yards here on 1st down.
Kansas just been taking nice chunks and nice gashes out of this Benedict defense. Now, what Clark has to do, if they see the success of Kinsey with these runs up the middle, now they have to hit him with some play-action passes now. Because these safeties are going to start creeping up. These linebackers are going to start creeping up. Look out for these play-action passes off of the success of Kinsey.
Once again, same formation for Clark Atlanta as they scan this defense for Benedict. It's like another handoff to Daquan Kinsey. Cuts it to his right. Still on his feet. Great feet by Daquan Kinsey and gets up to about the 35-yard line and picks up a Clark Atlanta 1st down.
Tackle by both the Tigers, 1st down Panthers.
So they had a great vision. Positive.
Glad you said that. Great vision. Some of the keys to being one of the keys to being a good running back is that field vision. You gotta have that field vision.
Again, 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line for Clark Atlanta. 22 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Option play this time. Hall will keep it and gets up to about the 35. So gain of about 1 on the play. As the opening quarter is coming to a close.
2nd down.
2nd and 9. Yeah, so that is the end of 1 where Benedict is struck first on a long DeAndre Duhart run. And we'll take a break here from Charlie W. Johnson Stadium here on the Black College Sports Network.
HBCU, league pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU, league pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU, league pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU, league pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
Following my mother's footsteps definitely led me to Shaw University. On a college tour, she's like, oh, look, DJ, that's the McDonald's I used to go to. It ended up being a place where our band members would get to know each other outside of the band room. It's definitely like our student union.
But with fries.
For our crew to go to that same McDonald's she went to, I wouldn't want it any other way.
And presented by the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus, we're in the second quarter here at homecoming for the Benedict Tigers. Clark Atlanta 2nd and 9 from the 34-yard lines. They move from left to right. Quick pass from Hall, caught by number 8. That's Darren Stevens. Brought down by number 41. That is Dedrick Starks. Not quite enough for a first down, but a good connection there.
But here's the thing, the way that Clark has been running the ball, that 3rd and 1, that 3rd and 1.5, I'll take that any day of the week. If you're Coach Slater, he realizes that his offensive line is moving real estate up underneath, and so that 3rd and 1 is believable.
So 3rd and 1, ball on the 41-yard line. Kenzie fake. No, they'll throw it to the tight end and complete. That's number 89, Jaden Jones. And Clark with a lot of mix-up in the offense, but definitely moving so far.
Yeah, Coach Slater, man, he's a legend down here in the SIA scene. And this is the first time, I was talking to him, this is the first time in his career that he isn't actually calling the plays. Now, this kind of threw me for a loop when he said that.
So ball handed off along the right side to Daquan Kenzie and stopped by that Benedict defense. Leading the charge, number 45, that's Amari Pettis.
Pettis on the stop. Brings up 2nd down.
I ran up all these sweats and I got really hot, and now I'm getting really cold. So.
Like, I know you gotta be.
You are exactly right. Exactly.
13 minutes left here in the second quarter. Benedict leading 7-0, but Clark Atlanta is driving 2nd and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line. Hall looking to pass, is flushed out to his left, will complete the swing pass and brought down. That swing pass went to Javarius Wilson. Check that, 32, Tyler Price, and brought down by number 27, Dathan Peterson.
You know, one thing Halls is doing, I mean, he's doing that's so good, man. He's managing to elude the pressure and get away from the pressure and keep his eyes downfield and get that pass off.
So now 3rd and 7 for Clark Atlanta, who's had a promising drive so far. We'll see if they can continue here. Hall in the gun, running back to his left. 2 receivers wide to the near side. Hall looking to pass, set up the screen here and completes it. That'll actually go to Ronnie West, and that'll be enough for a first down. Again, brought down on the play by number 23. That's Troy Frazier, who had the interception earlier.
Now, here's one of the dangers when you're Benedict. It's homecoming. You have all the homecoming festivities. Everybody's coming in town. Your parents are coming in town. And you're playing a team that, I mean, let's just be quite honest. Benedict's better than Clark Atlanta. You know, there's no way to be nice about it. They're better than Clark Atlanta. But Maybe you get caught up in the homecoming festivities, all the extracurricular stuff out there. And Clark, we're playing with house money. We're coming out here. We want to be the homecoming crashers.
So ball again, 1st and 10, handoff to Daquan Kinsey on that left side, stacked up by that Benedict College defensive line and leading the charge, number 96, Jaquez Lelite.
Clark Atlanta is not as good a football team as Benedict, but you can't tell by the way they're playing on this drive.
Definitely playing inspired football. So 10:53 and counting here in the second quarter. Clark Atlanta with the 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line. Just kind of methodically getting up the field, gaining confidence. So 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, 2 in the backfield along with Hall. Hall looking to pass, fakes. No, he'll hand it off to Kinsey. Kinsey looking to pass. You can kind of see the halfback pass getting set up, and he'll just keep it. And maybe a gain of about 1 on the play. It will be 1. But there is a flag, so we'll see what the flag is about here.
You know, whenever you try to see, that's that holding penalty right there. Whenever you try to set up that halfback pass, that offensive line, that means they have to hold their block a little bit longer than what they're used to or what they want to do, and that's how you pick up those holding calls.
Absolutely. So you hear the Brinks truck being backed up over by the PA.
That play didn't look good from the start. It just seemed like there was some confusion there. Kinsey couldn't quite figure out where he needed to be, it appears, and you see what happens. They're backing up. They did gain 1 positive yards, but he's going back now.
So ball on the 41-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 20 for Clark Atlanta. So 2 receivers to each side, 1 running back to the right of Hall. Daquan Kinsey has gone pretty much the entire way in the backfield. So Hall looking to pass. Has some pressure, throws it deep, has a man on the right side, but it'll be intercepted by Dayron Williams, brings it out and gets to about the 10-yard line, and another drive stopped by this Benedict College defense.
I'm telling you, they're not number 1 in the conference for a reason. I mean, they're number 1 in the conference for a reason. They have some DBs who are what I like to call, they're ball hawks. They see that ball in the air, they go after it. They know how to go after it and go and get it. That's what you wanted. That's what you want out of your defensive secondary.
So you could take Williams there. He comes down with that pick. That's a 5'11" senior from Austell, Georgia. Pebblebrook High School. When you're the senior back there with that kind of experience, oftentimes they know what to do.
Let's see if they go down the field, man.
Yes, of course, Sylvester wants to go up top after the interception.
Every interception,
and
you go up top.
Phoenix in the gun. He'll keep it and throw the ball to Grice on a funny little swing pass that didn't get many yards, maybe 1 on the play, and brought out of bounds by a few Clark Atlanta Panthers. It'll be 2nd down.
They were lucky to get something out of it.
So it looks like a loss. No, we'll call it. Let's get the chain settled. Gain. No, a loss of 1. Check that. Gain of 1. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for Benedict College. We'll see what they decide to go to here. Phoenix rolling out to his left. Has a man open. That'll be caught by number 9, Christopher Williams. Still on his feet, dragging tacklers. And finally wrestled, or at least stopped, by number 24, Cameron Ivory. And that'll be enough for Benedict 1st down.
Christopher Williams on the reception. on the reception,
man.
Yeah.
Duhart with the ball on the left side. Has plenty of green grass crossing the 50, 45, cuts it inside a man. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Benedict College with the outstanding footwork by Duhart.
Oh, Duhart just put somebody on Instagram. Oh my goodness. They're talking about that My goodness, make it look so pretty. You know, Jamie, I'm sitting up there watching speed. I thought I was a younger version of myself out there running up and down that field.
Well,
like
look,
that,
man, you don't have the tape to prove it. So we gonna talk about that a little later. But Davis Rogers with the extra point, and it is good. So 8:31 left here in the second quarter, and Benedict breaking the game open, lead the Clark Atlanta Panthers by the score of 14-0 here at homecoming from Columbia, South Carolina. Make sure you join us when we return.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
8:31 left here in the second quarter, and Benedict now up by the score of 14-0. I'm Jamie Walker alongside Sylvester Williams and Anthony Robertson, and we are glad you could join us on either the Black College Sports Network or HBCU League Pass Plus as Eubanks kicks off. Ashley Rogers kicks off. Short kick at the 25, fighting over the ball, and who finally came up with it. Looks like it might have been fair caught by number 38, and that's Timothy Jones. And we'll see where they spot the ball. Again, you talked about it earlier. The up back can't take over the possession. It looks like they'll start, Clark Atlanta will start at the 21, 1st and 10.
Yep. Here's the thing, man. If you're the up back, you're supposed to stay up. You're supposed to stay up. Don't go back. Don't go back.
You know, that's a lack of focus.
Yes.
Somebody should be saying, hey, I got it, move. You know, there's a lot that could go bad on them not communicating the right way down there.
Absolutely. Looks like a little stoppage of play here. It looks like the officials are having a brief discussion, but looks like everything is fine. Maybe on where the ball is placed. It's at the 21 right now, 1st and 10 for Clark Atlanta. And just from a mental standpoint, how do you feel Clark Atlanta, kind of gauge their feelings? What do you think is going on right now in their heads?
You know what? A lot of air just went out of Clark Atlanta on that do-hard run. To see the way he did it, he broke tackles, he juked, and you're losing 14-0. You're at halftime at Benedict. And so the mindset now, I would say, at Clark Atlanta is shifting, especially if Benedict's defense give a 3-and-out on this one.
Oh, yeah. And that's hard to recover. Like you said, if it's a 3-and-out on this one, Clark has to put together a couple of first downs. Just put together a couple of first downs to keep that confidence somewhere up.
So 1st and 10 at the 21 for Clark Atlanta. Handoff again to Daquan Kinsey. And he'll be brought down after a few. Brought down by number 41, Dedrick Starks.
I like the way Kinsey runs the ball, man. He's a hard-nosed runner, man. He has this great field vision. We said earlier one of the things that you need as a running back is great field visions. Another thing you need is great dexterity. I hope I said that right. That's one of those SAT words.
Yeah, man. You including us in education around here.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, man, I did a little bit more than play football in college. I went to class once.
But I'll tell you what, it would be wise for CAU to keep that ball in Kinsey's hands.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go again.
Kinsey again on the run, crosses over the 25. It'll be brought down this time. It's like Sterling Goodwin on the tackle, 6'3", 240-pound freshman from Columbia, South Carolina.
He missed a read on that play. I'm looking over on the sideline at Coach Slater. I think that might have been a run-pass option because he had his receivers set up and they had that pass. If they were going to throw the pass, it was there. And it seemed like his coach was yelling at him on the sideline, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. He missed a read on that play. Quarterback read that one incorrectly.
So 3rd and 6 for Clark Atlanta at the 25. They're just trying to get something going. Already down 14, 7 minutes here in the second quarter. Hall flushed out to his left. He'll be sacked. Brought down by number 13, that man, Luba Denellis.
I'll tell you what, we didn't say his name at all in the first quarter. I knew it was coming. Sack master.
You know, he may even shoot up to some All-American discussions, man. This kid has been balling all year.
Saw exactly what Denellis could do on the replay. Clark Atlanta will punt. Gets off a punt, high spiraling punt. Caught at the 42, and Norman crosses over the 50. He'll be down at the 50. Good tackle that time by number 23, and that's Julian Little. And again, Benedict getting the ball back. 6:07 left here in the second quarter. Already up 14-0, looking to add to their total.
I want you to check out something right here. We got a couple of stats that they put up on thesiac.com. If you go on the webpage, you can check it out. Duhart, he has 160 yards rushing so far in the game. He has 244 yards on the year.
Wow.
He may pass his yearly total tonight if he keeps this up.
That's lightning, thunder, and lightning today.
So Phoenix, they'll run a reverse to Norman, and great discipline this time by that Clark Atlanta defense. And stopped by number 41, Xavier Hopkins, 6 foot, 220-pound junior linebacker from Huntsville, Alabama.
Now here's the thing. Hopkins is going to say he was a great disciplined tackle. But that might have been Hopkins just being blocked into the tackle. He was just there. He's going to tell everybody.
We paint positivity here on the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus. 5:29 left here in the second quarter. Benedict looking to add to their total. 5 wide for them. He'll complete the short pass to number 86, still on his feet, and brought down. That is Elijah Watson on the reception.
You know, I think that is Benedict's best route. Their best passing routes when they run those 8-yard curls, 10-yard curls, and let Phoenix just pick the open man. Anytime you play zone, Phoenix just does a great job of picking people apart.
And it's receivers.
Look at that.
Come from the receivers wide open.
As Phoenix completes it again, there's that man, Jalen Taylor, who has come in for Zaire Scotland, really playing that role today and has done well so far.
Mm-hmm.
So another first down for Benedict.
Jalen Taylor's a freshman.
Yep, youngster.
Put a freshman in at this time of the season and give you that kind of progress. Bodes out pretty well for you. He's going to carry it again.
Almost fumbled the snap, but did retain it. Looks like maybe no gain on the play, maybe even a loss of 1.
You know, Taylor's one of these kids from Florida. What I notice about Coach Berry is a great recruiter. He's going around finding kids from all over. Kids from Jersey. He had a kid from Wisconsin on the team. He had kids from Florida. You know, that travel budget for the Benedict recruiting. Some money over there. Coach Washington giving out some money to the travel budget.
But I'll tell you what, Coach Berry is also committed to bringing in South Carolina students, and that's probably where he's have that leeway to go out and spend some money outside of South Carolina. There's a lot of a lot of students or athletes on this team that are making great progress for Benedict.
So DeAndre Duhart on that last carry, so it'll be 3rd and 10. Ball on the 15-yard line, 3:28 and counting here in the second quarter. Already up 14-0 over the Clark Atlanta Panthers. Glad you could join us here in the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus. Phoenix in the gun looking, scrambles out to his right. Flag dropped, and that ball will fall to the turf incomplete. We'll see what this flag is about here with 3:08 left before halftime.
That was a holding, and I saw that happen in clear motion. The quarterback rolled out to the pocket, and here's the bad thing. Not only was it a holding, it wasn't even a good hold. He reached out there and grabbed the defensive end's jersey, and the defensive end just wiped him off and kept going. Here's the thing. If you're going to hold, first off, you can't do it in front of the referee. If the referee's 5 yards away from you, don't hold if he's 5 yards away from you. And secondly, if you are going to hold, make it worth it. Make it worth it.
You know, you love the big uglies, and then it's plays like that that make you kind of ticked off at the big uglies.
I tell you.
So Phoenix in the gun, Duhart to his left as they are now on the 25. 3:08 left here before halftime.
Now watch that seam. Watch that seam on the inside on that hash mark. See how that outside linebacker's coming in and blitz? See what happens on that seam.
Quarters coverage, 4 o'clock. Atlanta throws in the seam. Ball hits the turf. Almost another circus catch. Again for Christopher Williams. And broken up, so now 4th down. Kind of in no man's land here. Now, you know, we've kind of talked earlier about the kicking woes for Benedict. We'll see what they decide to do here. It looks like here on 4th down, 4th and 20. We'll see if they decide to go for it or off.
That would have been a 41-yard field goal right there from the hash mark.
Well, it appears they're going for it. Special teams in terms of field goals hadn't been the best this year for Benedict.
So Phoenix out to his left, has plenty of time. He's going to keep it looking like MV7, and he'll be brought down short of the goal line by number 14, Zion Coacher Amos. And it'll be a turnover on down, so Clark Atlanta will get the ball back on offense. 2:47 left here in the second quarter, right before halftime. Promising drive initially, but the drive stalled, and now Clark Atlanta is back on offense.
You know, when you can stop a drive like that for Clark Atlanta, it gives you a little more air. It gives you something that you feel that you won on after losing. That last run against Clark, didn't help them at all. But that to come back and stop like that when you was almost at the point of Benedict putting more points on the board.
So there's Hall in the gun, looking to pass. He'll keep it, but no, he's brought down with a man on him. And who is that? Is that guy? No, it's not. It's his partner in crime, number 49, John Hannibal, with the sack.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, Hannibal. That interior defense, man, those big guys up front, man, they do such a great job for Benedict, just applying pressure and sometimes just being big. Sometimes all you got to do is just be big.
Hannibal's a sophomore, like I said, right here from Keenan High School here in Columbia. And he's getting better and better, especially as the Dallas go.
You know, Hannibal's off that Keenan team. Keenan known as a basketball school. Not going to lie. They're a basketball school. They have the number 1 girls basketball player in the nation, Malaysia Fulwiley. But about 2 years ago, and I think that was Hannibal's senior year, Keenan actually made it to the state championship. Their football team actually made it to the state championship or the Final Four, maybe the Final Four. And so he's a product of that team. But Keenan is definitely known as a basketball school. Keenan, they won the past. The girls, I think, won past 4 state championships. And
I don't think Fulwiley lost one.
Well, she lost one her sophomore year. Her 7th grade year, 8th grade year, she won the state championship and lost her 9th grade year and came back her sophomore year and won.
This is the kind of knowledge you're only going to get on the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus. Kenzie on the run, and it'll be a timeout. We're going to take a break here. 1:49 left here in the second quarter. Benedict up 14-0 over Clark Atlanta.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Pay no interest for 72 months, plus current eligible Buick owners get $500 purchase allowance on Buick SUV models.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
1:49 left here in the second quarter. Benedict up by the score of 14-0. Clark Atlanta with the ball. Hand off to Kenzie once again, and he'll be brought down On the play by number 96, that's Jaquez Lelite.
Now I like what Coach Berry and that defense is doing right now. They're a little bit disappointed because right now they're only up 14-0 against Clark. And just be honest with you, it should be about 21, maybe 28-0 against Clark. So what Coach Berry's doing, it's 1:46 left. He's not going to allow Clark just to go and run this clock out and go into the half and take some moral victories with them. Nah, he wants a chance to put the ball back in the offensive hands, and maybe the offense can correct that not getting into the end zone that last drive.
And then on top of that, he gets the ball coming out of that second half. So if he can get some points on before and then coming out of that second half, ooh, that's going to be a good one.
And see, here's another thing, too. In D2, it's about where you're ranked, where your rankings. And you have people all over the nation who are voting on these rankings. Now, they're not going to watch this game on HBCU League Pass Plus. These voters, they're just going to look at the final score. And they're going to say, okay, well, they played Clark, who's 3-5, and they only won 21-0. Now, they can look on that score. They can look in that newspaper and say, oh, I've seen Benedict. They beat Clark 49-0. That holds a lot more weight than 21-0. So, hey, I won't win any awards from niceness. I'm all about running it up. Run it up.
Sometimes rankings matter.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Clark Atlanta punting, Quintanillo. Daniel Norman will get it at the 47.
He's going.
He has a seam up. Crossover 35-30. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Daniel Norman.
Kendall Norman.
Kendall Norman.
That's his second punt return touchdown on the season.
Running both of those replays.
Absolutely. You can see.
In front of big-time environments like this in a big-time stadium, it's nothing for those kids at Dorman. I'm going to tell you something about Dorman. Dorman, when they built that stadium and they put that scoreboard, that video scoreboard inside of Dorman, at one point, when they built that scoreboard, it was the third largest scoreboard in the Southeast. Let me tell you the fourth. There were three people that had larger scoreboards. The Atlanta Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, and the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. Clemson University went out the next year and built another scoreboard.
Wow.
Dorman is an impressive program up there at Dorman.
And that, it goes back to Coach Berry. He's committed to recruiting this state. He's bringing in those kind of players from excellent programs as well.
So Davis Rogers set to kick off again to Clark Atlanta. 1:29 left here before halftime. And Benedict has pushed the lead up 21-0 over the Panthers so far. Going in at halftime, definitely some adjustments coming, but Benedict hadn't played their best offensive ball either.
No, they haven't. And I'll tell you what, Coach Berry might be thinking, hey, if we can get a stop with 1:29 left, we very well might be able to get the ball back before going into halftime.
Huge mistake there.
Lack of focus.
Look at here, man. This gets me, oh, God, this gets my blood boiling right here. I talked earlier about the mental aspect of this game. You not only have to be fast and strong, you have to be smart. And that play right there was not smart. You're kicking it off. It's going out of bounds. You're tiptoeing on the sideline to catch it, yet you go and try to catch it. You have to be smarter than that. My goodness, you can't. You're in college now. I'll grant you, if you're in middle school and make that mistake, if you're in the park league and you make that mistake, you cannot make that mistake in college football.
And you can't. Benedict's a great team. You cannot make those kind of mistakes against Benedict and a hungry defense that's always hungry. And there you go again.
Hall with the run, but Luba Danellis again with the tackle. 128 and counting here in the quarter, or right before the half. Clark Atlanta just trying to get something. 8-yard pickup by Hall, 2nd and 2.
That ain't good for my blood pressure, man.
No, man. I hear your passion through.
I'm still boiling over that, man.
Hey, I tell you, those little things where we lose focus on great teams, and, Benedict's not making those kind of mistakes.
So Daquan Kinsey on the run, brought down on the play by number 27, Dathan Peterson.
I hope they have be ready to rub and do everything else to Kinsey after this Benedict game. So
yes,
he aches and pain.
He is getting the lion's share. No, not lion's share. He's getting all the carries.
If they're running it, Kinsey's running it, or maybe Hall's getting a scramble, but that's it. Only 2 people have run the ball. He's averaging 4 yards a carry, man. Nice help.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Definitely running well. So it looks like Clark is definitely content with this clock running out, being methodical. All they're going to throw another pass. This tosses up in the air. And I tell you what, we'll see what the call is. There's a receiver in the area, and that's number 8, Darren Stevens. But I tell you what, had a DB been in that general area and that ball just being flung up like that, could have been some more points for Benedict.
Could have been 6 points the other way. I'm telling you, man. That's one of those pick six.
So 16 seconds left here in the second quarter. Hand off to Kinsey off the left side. Has some running room. Still on his feet. Cross over to 30, 35, 40. And I tell you what, had he stepped out of one more tackle, could have been still running.
Man, Kinsey's a strong. They got Kinsey, Abbeville. They have Alabama on the roster, but that's Abbeville, South Carolina. That's in that northwestern part of South Carolina. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. I don't like Abbeville High School. They put us out the playoff 2 years in a row. It's a lot of good football up there in Abbeville, South Carolina. And Kinsey's showing he comes from a real – you talked earlier about a good program. And historically, I don't know what Abbeville's done recently, but I know 25 years ago, Abbeville was just, oh yeah, man, look at this homecoming, man.
Absolutely. You're talking about just the beautiful sight. All the people have turned up and turned out for Benedict's homecoming. You just see it all throughout the stadium and the parking lot. Just a beautiful thing going on. And Anthony talked about the community and just how they're supporting earlier. Talk about that some more.
Hey, Benedict's success on the field and the discipline that Coach Berry has established here at Benedict, you have Columbia, South Carolina super excited. There are a lot of fans in these stands that aren't necessarily Benedict alumni or graduates. They want to come out and see some good football and not only always go to the University of South Carolina. They can come right here at Benedict College as well.
So 7 seconds left here in the second quarter. Clark Atlanta will try to get the ball downfield for one last play. Quarterback in the gun, Hall looking to pass. Throws it down the middle, completes the pass. And the receiver will be brought down around the 38-yard line. And another timeout by Clark Atlanta. With 1 second left, that was Devin McCoy on the reception. So Clark Atlanta trying to get some points, before the half. Again, Benedict getting the ball back at the start of the second half. So, hey, Clark, hey, why not? You have nothing to lose. You talked about, them not winning the division, not, faring well in the SIAC in general. So, hey, they are playing with house money.
Playing with hey, man, go for it. That's my philosophy.
Yes, send that ball in the end zone. You still have 1 second left, and we've seen what happened in college football in past histories with teams that's had 1 second left.
And it's about confidence, man. You got a lot. His team is so young. This Clark Atlanta team is young. So you got a lot of these guys. They're coming back next year. So anything you can do that will build some type of positivity, that you can build and have a positive note going into your offseason workout, you will take it.
So 1 second left. Hall in the gun. Has plenty of time, will go to the end zone, and the ball will fall to the turf. And that is the end of the first half. Benedict started slow, but now has a lead of 21-0 over the Clark Atlanta Panthers. We're going to take a break here at halftime. Make sure you tune in for the halftime show with a lot of bands here in the place. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you come back at halftime. 21-0. This is the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
Following my mother's footsteps definitely led me to Shaw University. On a college tour, she's like, oh, look, DJ, that's the McDonald's I used to go to. It ended up being a place where our band members would get to know each other outside of the band room. It's definitely like our student union.
But with fries.
For our crew to go to that same McDonald's she went to, I wouldn't want it any other way.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Pay no interest for 72 months, plus current eligible Buick owners get $500 purchase allowance on Buick SUV models.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
Following my mother's footsteps definitely led me to Shaw University. On a college tour, she's like, oh, look, DJ, that's the McDonald's I used to go to. It ended up being a place where our band members would get to know each other outside of the band room. It's definitely like our student union.
But with fraud.
For our crew to go to that same McDonald's she went to, I wouldn't want it any other way.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Pay no interest for 72 months, plus current eligible Buick owners get $500 purchase allowance on Buick SUV models.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
HBCU. League pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU. League pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU. League pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU. League pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
Following my mother's footsteps definitely led me to Shaw University. On a college tour, she's like, oh, look, DJ, that's the McDonald's I used to go to. It ended up being a place where our band members would get to know each other outside of the band room.
You.
It's definitely like our student union.
But with fries.
For our crew to go to that same McDonald's she went to, I wouldn't want it any other way.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
It's Homecoming 2022. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to introduce you to your BCBOD drum majors. Janae the Evolution McLeod from Marietta, Georgia. Michelle the Legacy Stevenson from St. George, South Carolina. Nicole the Phoenix Hughes from Atlanta, Georgia. Ethan the Main Attraction Strickland from Clark, South Carolina. Regis the Bassmaster Wright from St. Stephen, South Carolina. Now it is time for your homecoming experience 2022. The band knows to make you all there better pay attention. The band knows surround sound. The band knows with that SC swag. Oh yes, please understand, if the game is about crystal clear musicality, allow us to introduce you to it. We sugarcoat nothing. This is who we are. Crystal clear musicality. That is your Benedict College Marching Tiger Band of distinction. Understand, when we do it the best. Put on your feet at the BCBOD, gives you a memory of the floor. I let go, Tracy Beverly and Hayes, and some of that square business, Tina Marie.
Take your microphone and stick it out the window.
Once again,
Yo, what's up, sir?
it was Homecoming 2022. As the band LCC. Give it up for the Benedict College Marching Tiger Band of distinction. Okay.
Just
bring it back now, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she's not in. Is Kim in? No, she's not in.
In here.
Okay. All right.
your attention. Center field. Sexy, sassy, confident. It is the ladies of Sweet Situation. Lady Marmalade. And we are the 1375 Ladies of the Bay.
What's going on, Chief? That'll work. That'll work. That's perfect. Alright, appreciate it. That's it. I'll cash out you when you get that up. Oh, never mind. Alright.
Head home right after this too, man.
Yes!
You want to chill? Of course, we're going to stop and get something to eat.
I gotta pick up my kid.
Oh, you got to be home at a certain time.
Yeah. That's the only thing. Shoot. And I don't know how long it's gonna take to get up out of here.
The year was considered as the year for the culture of peace. 2000 allowed for BOD to play Love by great artists. Music Soul Child. The band is under the direction of Director of Bands, Professor H. Wade Johnson.
I got to do my drum line competition next year.
Let's find a sponsor to put up some money.
But dude, that's what we. So here's one of the things that. So, I didn't ask you. Next weekend, Saturday, man. I'd love you to be able to come in for the game time. We're gonna be broadcasting live from. We're gonna be at New Orleans, GCAC volleyball tournament. Okay. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a full blown version of the game time.
Okay.
Other than the fact that I was gonna try to do it here, but then we just ended up. They wouldn't move on the budget.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you this morning, but I figured if it was happening, you would have told.
Yeah, I would have kept moving, but they had to get what we needed for New Orleans. And so that's where we're going with it now. We're gonna pull it out and we'll do the stuff there. We'll actually have the time where we're not pressed either. Because I think on Saturday in New Orleans, we don't have games until like 4 and 6.
Wow.
Yeah, they're afternoon games. It's either, we don't have anything first thing in the morning that we're not talking about.
Oh wow. Well, the first 20 minutes were quick. Yeah, 30-minute half. Did y'all not have as much equipment that you brought?
But no, if you ever text me for something like that, especially, and I don't respond immediately, please call me. Because that means what's happened, I probably had to turn my phone down. And so I didn't hear the text go off. Okay, yeah, anywhere from 15 minutes to end, we're gonna be starting all the time, so minimum. And you do have the paid volleyball matchup too, right? See, this is the like system, right? When I push stuff, because they had the hardest time. I don't know. That's something I gotta talk to them about. You gotta figure out how would you do down directly when there's multiple streams. We need to figure that out. Because I know from my end, I can set schools every year. We can go to all the different places and stuff. So I guess we just have to kind of go through what it would take from your system. What is it? All right. Yeah, I need this game to keep moving on. Just like it is too. Get me up out this piece ASAP.
You know what I realized?
What's up?
The mistake I made?
What's that?
The same thing I made in Tuskegee. I should have just went to the second floor.
Preach! They ain't had no popcorn and no fries.
And then nobody asked, well, what would you like anything?
I did. I sent you a whole text. It's in the text.
Really, Bill? And y'all called up here to talk to Jamie. And I'm standing right next to him.
He called Jamie. I sent you and Kim a text, and she responded.
I'm gonna put the blame on.
I appreciate it. We didn't have any attention to a text in the middle of the thing.
I thought you would. I sent you the menu, so you can look at the menu.
I'm gonna put the blame on Jamie.
I wouldn't have to get it off to you.
It was just easier that way.
Oh Lord.
There's one in every crowd.
They weren't giving out receipts, were they? What did we come to?
I tried to print it out. She's like, oh, we don't have that. Like, y'all let y'all. Oh,
That band came such a long way, man. I remember when I was in high school, that's when we started the program. They had 15 people in the band.
They band about like Clark Band now.
You know who? Central State. We was there.
The best band in the SIS is Central State.
Bar none.
Bar none.
Really?
Without a doubt.
What?
Central State.
Central State.
The
That's not
best
North
band.
Carolina Central, is it?
No, not North Carolina Central.
Hey, they put the same nacho cheese on the burger?
That's what they have on the burger. That's what it looked like. I was like, I should have went downstairs. They got a microwave over here. I just thought about it. I still got some of my curry chicken.
Oh, you got food.
Okay.
Probably need to
Somebody go downstairs and get me some popcorn.
Credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Pay no interest for 72 months, plus current eligible Buick owners get $500 purchase allowance on Buick SUV models.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
Following my mother's footsteps definitely led me to Shaw University. On a college tour, she's like, oh, look, DJ, that's the McDonald's I used to go to. It ended up being a place where our band members would get to know each other outside of the band room. It's definitely like our student union.
But with fraud.
For our crew to go to that same McDonald's she went to, I wouldn't want it any other way.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Pay no interest for 72 months, plus current eligible Buick owners get $500 purchase allowance on Buick SUV models.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Supermarket sushi.
And welcome back to Charlie Johnson Stadium here with Benedict College up 21-0 over Clark Atlanta, and will be getting the ball. I'm Jamie Walker alongside Sylvester Williams and Anthony Robertson. And I tell you what, this first half, just an offensive clinic for Benedict.
I tell you what, man, if you're Clark Atlanta coming out here in this second half, true enough, you're down 21-0, but that score doesn't really indicate this game, man. You know, Benedict has been fortunate to have some huge runs. First of all, a 75-yard touchdown run by Duhart helps, and then a 55-yard touchdown run by Duhart, and then the big punt return. Clark has gotten beat on 3 big plays, and that's it. That's it.
And I tell you what, Clark, for them being a young team, you know, they've shown some moxie, especially offensively. I mean, and Benedict hadn't been the crispest. For example, you see on the kickoff, and over the 15, still on his feet, and crosses over the 17. And once again, that is Taven Grice.
Hey, Taven Grice had a big kickoff return last week against Morehouse. He took it back to the house. Shout out to Taven Grice from Louisiana. Hey, you know what time it is. Speaking of shout out to Taven Grice.
Go ahead.
You know, we had his grandparents, his grandma, or granddad came in and tweeted me last week. This is what we do in the third quarter. We like talking to people. We love giving shout outs here on HBCU League Pass Plus. So I want everybody right now, if you're watching, tweet me at Sly the Sports Guy. Jamie, where can they tweet you at?
They can tweet me at SportVoiceJW. SportVoiceJW. Sport Voice JW. Not Sports Voice. Sport Voice JW.
Now, my favorite military man in the booth, he does not believe in Twitter.
Oh, no.
U plus, HBCU plus. Tweet us, because we love giving shout outs here on the broadcast.
Anthony said if he needed Twitter, they would have issued him one.
That's right. And you know the good thing about it, I have my good buddies Jamie and Sly on Twitter, and they can tell me all I need
there
to know.
You go.
I'll tell you what, it was a great reception by number 12, Jaden Thomas.
Yes, it was. 1st and 10. Phoenix in the gun, hand out to Duhart on the left side. He'll be brought down after about a 2-yard pickup. Number 14, Zion, Coach Amos.
Duhart putting together an impressive game, man. This is the point in time where you start to look for those weekly accolades. You know, that SIAC Offensive Player of the Week. You know, keep putting a performance like this out there.
I'll tell you what, at the end of this game, we're going to choose an MVP. And right now, my vote goes with Duhart.
Absolutely. Phoenix scrambling with that left-handed gate. And I tell you what, he went down. You don't like how he went down, but it looks like he's okay. Limping just a little bit back to the no huddle. Again, 3rd down and about 3 on the play. 13-12 left here in the third quarter. Opening drive here in the second half. Benedict with the football.
The way he's out there directing traffic, man. I love to see a quarterback keeping that eye downfield, pointing to his receivers, point to his running backs, move. And if it's not there, go ahead and tuck it. Pick up some big yardage.
I'm amazed we hadn't seen Lampley yet.
That is true.
That is a great point. Usually playing that 2-quarterback system. Phoenix in the gun, shoots a pass over the middle, but dropped. Actually might have been out of the grasp of number 81, Rashad McCain, tight end. 6'3", 230 pounds from Columbia, South Carolina, Westwood High School.
Westwood, one of the newer schools out there in the
so we call that Richland 2 area.
Yeah, that Richland 2. Yeah, Blythewood, man. Blythewood has grown up, man. A lot of growth out here. As you can tell, I'm from Columbia, born and raised, living in Atlanta now for about 15 years. You said it perfect. He does everything. Grice, he'll catch a pass.
Weapon to have. He's an excellent weapon, and he's only a
sophomore, youngster out of Louisiana, man. One thing we can do, man, if what I love about homecoming, I'm sorry, we stand right here doing it, I guess. One thing I love about homecoming, you bring the band, and the band brings all the alumni, and all the alumni is down there on the sideline all together. They're bringing everybody back, man, where everybody can kind of come back and congregate, man. One thing I got to do, we love giving shout-outs. We got to give a shout-out to the band, Benedict Bands, Nicole Hughes, drum major, and Jamila Hughes plays the French horn. We got to give a shout out to them two. Both of them out of Creekside High School, in South Fulton County down there. Give a shout-out to Nicole Hughes and Jamila Hughes.
Are they sisters by any chance?
They're sisters. They are sisters.
I'll tell you what, to see Hughes is a drum major, she could very well be the first female drum major Benedict's ever had. I don't know if I've seen one before.
I think she might be. I think she was junior. They didn't put down. Her mother, Amina, tweeted us. She didn't put down the year. But
as you had a return by Alvin Jones, still on his feet, and brought to the 25. I got to give a shout-out real quick.
Give a
shout-out to Rashad McCain, who actually threw that pass to Taven Grace. Got to give a shout-out there.
Yes, that goes with him because that was an excellent thrown pass.
Mm-hmm.
Got it over there, saw something wide open. Whenever you have those types of formations, you just think somebody's going to punt. Sometimes you lax on defense. You don't cover everybody like you should. Through the immediate pass and nothing but green grass in front of Grace.
I have a shout-out I need to give as well.
Go ahead.
2022 Hall of Fame inductees. We had Curtis Rampersand, who was an excellent wide receiver here. Frank McCleary, who played baseball, as well as Ronald Graham, another baseball player.
Right, so
whoa.
Fumble on the play.
There's a flag down.
Yep, free play right there.
Flag down, so free play.
For
Clark Atlanta. And again, Clark Atlanta, you can kind of see them struggling at this point. Down 28-0. We've seen stranger things with, a team having 28 points and what could happen. But right now they are struggling. So let's see what this flag is about.
I'm telling you. And all you people sending messages, man, tweet us, man. Tweet us. I got these message requests. I can't see them. Got to stay out of my inbox. My old lady might get mad. Stay out of the inbox.
There you go.
Keep it online. Keep it online.
So offsides by Benedict. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Clark Atlanta Panthers, who, again, still playing ball. Again, incredibly young team. So we'll see what they continue doing. So pistol formation for Clark Atlanta. The quarterback awaits the snap. He'll hand it off again to Daquan Kinsey, who, again, has taken all the load today from the running back position. Lubert Danellis on the tackle.
He's been the workhorse. He's been the running horse. He's been the donkey.
All of
the mule. But I'll tell you what, Coach Berry pressed recruiting this state hard. He missed out on that kid, especially that kid being from South Carolina in a powerhouse 2A school, Abbeville High School.
So 2nd down and about 4 on the play. 11:39 here in the 3rd quarter. Benedict up 28-0. They'll fake, throw it out, and it'll fall to the turf. Tried to go to number 10, Ronnie West. So now 3rd and 4 for Clark Atlanta.
And, Benedict came out and did exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted that first coming out. They wanted a touchdown. They got the touchdown. And now they holding them to possibly another punt. Depending on what's going to happen here. And I know they're coming after them with everything they have.
This is one of those situations, man. You say coming after with everything you got, man. You're a big defensive lineman. You love these type of games right here, man. It's when you pad those stats on those quarterback sacks, man.
And you can see Big John Hannibal, man. I could almost feel his energy up here. I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one.
So Hall in the gun, shoots a pass up. And it is caught. Looks like it'll be enough for a 1st down. And that's number 10, Ronnie West, on a reception, one of the leading receivers for Clark Atlanta on the year. Brought down on the play by number 45, and that is Amari Pettis, linebacker. 6 foot, 235 pounds from Pavo, Georgia, Thomas County Central. Powerhouse in the state of Georgia.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Thomas County. Yeah, they play some football down there.
Yeah, they do.
They play a little bit of football down there.
Absolutely.
But Georgia is a hotbed for football all day long. I don't care what level. And Dedrick Starks is a good hitter out there. Didn't phase Kinsey at all.
You can see some pieces for Clark Atlanta. You can see, Coach Slater has come in. He was hired late, along with a couple of people, and so hadn't gotten everything that he wanted throughout the year for this team. But I tell you what, as time goes on, stuff it should improve for Clark Atlanta. So Hall in the gun, looking to set up the screen, but covered, actually completed the pass, but that might be for a loss.
Now on
Might
that
be for a loss on the play. Tackled by number 41. That's Dedrick Starks, that you talked about last play. Good tackler. You can see it then on Kinsey.
Right.
On that play right there, we talked earlier about holding penalties. Don't hold in front of the referee. That was a clear hold on that play. But the referees, he had great position in order to hold the defensive end.
And he held them for a while. Gosh, he held it.
Hey, check this out. It's not holding unless the ref calls it.
Indeed. So 3rd and 8, 4 o'clock Atlanta, 9:29 and counting here in the third quarter. Down 28-0. Trying to climb their way back into this ball game. Hall scrambles to his right, throws one deep and a little too deep as he tried to go to number 8. Darren Stevens once again and covering on the play. Had a couple of DBs covering that time. That was Fern Romero, 6 foot, 180-pounder from Oxnard, California.
I tell you, he goes out and gets them. He goes out and gets them, man. California, Jersey, Florida. You know, he got all corners of the United States.
Absolutely. So Quintanillo set to punt. That is Kendall Norman once again set to return.
I don't think it's going to Norman.
I have a hunch.
Wow.
They kick to him with space. Norman feels at the 20.
Again.
Has some running room up the middle. Still on his feet. Cross over to 45 and down to about. No, he's still on his feet. Not down yet, and they're still letting him go. That's about the 47.
It's almost safe to say now that'll be the last punt to Norman.
I would think, but we will see. We will see. So 9 minutes left here in the third quarter. Benedict is now back on offense.
You see they have the alumni cheerleaders down there on the sideline, man.
I love it.
I love it.
Absolutely.
And check this out, man. I hate to sound like this, but
Go ahead, boy.
they still holding up, man. Those high kicks are still high. Give it up to the alumni cheerleader. They're still on point.
Everyone who has come back to Charlie Johnson Stadium, welcome back for homecoming. As looks like John Lampley is in the ball game at this point. He'll slide down, crossing over the 50. We'll see. He started his slide at the 49, so they'll count it at the 49. 1 yard pickup for Lampley.
But you know what, man? This is what homecoming is about. Man. Everybody coming back, kind of reliving what you did in college, man. Your cheerleaders out here, the band's still out there, the alumni band.
Do on the right side, has some running room over to 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, DeAndre Duhart once again. And I think he is going to tackle that coverage in the yardage he had for the year.
My goodness.
Like it's going to be in Benedict's way, and I think they're going to have some fun now.
Rogers' extra point is good. 8:20 left here in the third quarter. And we'll take a break here from Charlie W. Johnson Stadium. Benedict up 34-0 over the Clark Atlanta Panthers. This is the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus.
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never, ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
HBCU.
Kim, we're on you.
All right. 8-20 Brown at quarterback, who changed numbers. Typical usual number was number 13, and he is actually wearing number 2, so thank you for that correction.
Who was that? Who helped you out?
Yeah, I got to give a shout-out. 4Hall98. Appreciate it. Love the Twitter interaction.
Hey, we give shout-outs here, man. Tweet us. Let us know what you think.
So 1st and 10. Wow, getting his first carry of the day.
You know, let him get a taste. Let him get a taste of some of this action going on. You know, Kensey can't run everything. But Kensey has been impressive. I mean, he's been under constant duress. But here's the thing about him, man. He's knocking off about 4 yards a carry. He's carving out some chunks, and he's been doing it all game.
Kensey's a workhorse of a running back.
Absolutely. I mean, so 2nd and 9. 4 o'clock Atlanta. 2 backs in the backfield alongside Sharif Brown. Brown looking to pass, scrambles out to his right. Looking for a receiver, gets it up to Stevens, and it will be complete. And it looks like enough for a first down. Forced out on the play by number 20, and that's Elijah Smith.
Yeah, way to toe tap that sideline, and a good job of just not going down, avoiding the sack, getting to the outside, and finding that receiver downfield. You know, that's what you want out of a quarterback. You want out a quarterback to be able to look downfield and avoid the pressure at the same time.
So at the 28-yard line, correct that, 27. 1st and 10 for Clark Atlanta. 2 receivers to the far side, tight to the right. Running back to Brown's left. Brown will hand off. No, he won't. He will keep it. Looking for a receiver upfield. Giving chase, then it will be complete. And that is to number 10, Ronnie West. And enough for Clark Atlanta first down.
And here's the thing, Clark Atlanta doing a good job of still attacking, still moving at 30 down, 35 to zip, but they're still moving. Now Benedict, on the other hand, you're up 35 to zip. You can't get complacent. You can't start thinking about going to that party after the game. You can't want to go to the midnight lounge. Wait a minute, I'm telling on myself right now.
You hear from Columbia, South Carolina.
You're dating yourself.
The crowd is doing the wave.
The midnight lounge hadn't been here in a long time. I'm dating myself.
But I'll tell you what, not only can they not think about what's happening later, this is not focusing will lead to injuries. And
so Brown forced out of the pocket. Just flings the ball out of bounds. It looks like they'll say a receiver is in the area.
No, he was outside. He's outside that tackle box. Once you're outside the tackle box, you can throw it to the sideline. That is a smart play. That is a smart play.
Rather than lose about 4 or 5 yards, that's exactly what happened.
I'm telling you, that's a heads-up play. That's what you want out of your leader. Your quarterback should be your leader on your team. You want your leader to be a smart guy, and that was a smart play.
Absolutely. 5:45 left here in the third quarter. Benedict with a commanding 35-0 lead. Sharif Brown at quarterback for Clark Atlanta. Running back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. So he'll hand off. No, he will shoot a pass up to Ronnie West once again. And tackling on the play is number 4. That's Fern Romero III. Once again.
See, I like that fight that Clark Atlanta has. You have a young squad like this. Coach Slater has something to build on going into next year. He knows I don't have quitters on my squad. He knows I got some kids who are going to fight and keep on fighting. And that, as a coach, sometimes you got to understand you're not going to win. You need that fight every once in a while.
I'll tell you what, Coach Berry has a defensive coordinator on that staff, Coach Odafa. He's had 2 shutout victories already. I'm telling you, I would imagine his mind is on shutout number 3, and a great time to do it at homecoming.
It's a matter of pride for the defense, that shutout.
Absolutely, as we are looking at a couple of things continuing to happen. Look at this stadium, though. We talked about earlier, everybody's in the tailgate area, but they were making their way into the stadium. It is a great aesthetically pleasing look here in the stadium.
Hey, man, they talk about great stadiums. I've been calling games for 19 years. Now, I've seen a lot of different stadiums, called a lot of different games, but I'm telling you what, without a shadow of a doubt, this is one of the best D2 stadiums I've been in throughout this nation. Trust me, I've been a lot of places, and I'm proud. I'm proud of my hometown school right here, Benedict, for what they did from this stadium. I remember when Benedict first started this program and they used to play their games at Bolden Stadium. I remember those days back in the day, and the strides that the Benedict program has made to build this wonderful facility, man. They host the high school state championship games here now, man. This is huge, man. I love what Benedict has done.
That is awesome. So 3rd and about 3 on the play. Brown looking to pass, looking for a receiver, still on his feet. Still looking to go upfield. Giving chase. He will throw the ball in the outstretched arms of Darren Stevens. And that'll be 4th down. And again, those big, ugly defensive linemen for Benedict College giving chase. Sharif Brown had nowhere to go.
I have another shout out I have to give.
Go ahead.
Sly talked about what's happening here at Benedict. Yeah, this stadium came under Dr. Swenson's presidency. But Dr. Artis, Rosalind Clark Artis, the current president, has come in and taken things to a whole lot of cuts above that's been around here at Benedict. And cannot let this day go by without shouting her out. And even Willie Washington.
Coach Washington. Coach Washington's been here forever.
Yeah, he's now the dean of the SIAC.
Yeah, he definitely. I remember Coach Washington when I was a child. Coach Washington was the head basketball coach across the street at Allen.
That's right. You definitely go back.
I go back, man. I'm Columbia, man. I've been living in Atlanta for a while, but this is it, man. I got my dad went to Johnson, and all my aunts went to Booker T. Washington. So that tell you.
Oh yeah.
How long I've been in Columbia? My people been in Columbia.
You know, Sly and Jamie, that return by Kendall Norman. You know, when you're up 35-0, you've had success. You've taken one back. You tend to take chances. You get careless. And I think the mistake he made has his team inside the 10.
Yes. Absolutely. Tried to take it again, nearly fumbled and gave it to Clark Atlanta, but recovered. Now they're starting at the 7-yard line. That last run was by Jalen Taylor. Gain of about 1 on the play. So 2nd and 9, 4:32 left here in the third quarter. Benedict with a commanding 35-0 lead over Clark Atlanta. As John Lampley looking to pass, completes the pass. And that's to number 12, Jaden Thomas.
You know, Lampley has done a great job of coming in here. When they brought Lampley in, Coach Berry thought Phoenix was his guy, but he needed somebody to push Phoenix. He said Phoenix was good, but he wasn't quite there. And Lampley came in from Southern came in from Southern, and he did his job was to push Phoenix and make Phoenix a better player. And not only did he make Phoenix a better player, he still gets a lot of playing time too. He's still fighting for his position.
Cameron Ivory was on that last stop. Lampley completes the ball again to number 12, Jaden Thomas.
And he throws a good ball too.
He does. He they talked about that. In fact, the pregame meeting with Coach Berry, he talked about John Lampley and why he actually brought him into the program. He said he's not a me guy. Mm-hmm. So it was one of those things that he did need somebody to push Eric Phoenix. And not that he was going to take the position, but it was just going to be more so grad transfer, had some time left. So, hey, I want to play a little bit more ball before, whatever happens. So brought him in, and he's been a first-class guy in this program.
He's had some great history with Coach Berry going back to his time at Southern, where Coach Berry was the offensive coordinator down there. And they put up a whole lot of points at Southern during Coach Berry's tenure as an offensive coordinator.
And one of the things about Lampley, they talk about how smart he is as a quarterback. He's a smart guy. So he's one of those guys, man, you might see some coaching in his future,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I double that, absolutely.
So Lampley in the gun, looking to pass. 2nd down, shoots a pass upfield. Ooh! I'll tell you what, Damon Cherry at quarter. Benedict with the game in command. John Lampley in at quarterback. Running back to his right. Lampley looking to pass. Scans the field, has plenty of time. He'll be flushed out to his right, completes it short. And that will go to Taven Grice once again. He's tackled by a couple of Panthers on the play. Looks like about a 7-yard pickup. So it'll be 4th down. Gets the ball up to the 30, 4th and about 3, and looks like they will punt. So Jared Eubanks, who Anthony talked about earlier, has various styles of punting. He can do the rugby. He can, standard punting. And he'll punt the ball to Alvin Jones.
And I must say this about Eubanks. Great at punting. But when it's not so great, when he's not great,
Ball sails over his head, tries to get back. And we'll see. Oh, it rolls out, and Clark Atlanta will get a touchdown by Zion Coacher Amos. And that first mistake by the special teams. And again, if you have anything that you want to see this team improve upon, it is the kicking game and special teams all together.
Guys, I jinxed.
You did. You did. You talked about it. You did it.
But that's, trying to pick that up by Eubanks probably would have, the better option would have been kicking it out of the.
Yeah, it's a learning lesson right now. And here's the good thing. The extra point is good.
Is good.
But here's the good thing about a learning lesson. When you're up 35-0 in the third quarter, you can afford one or two learning lessons. And see, now he knows whenever that ball's over his head like that, just fall on it or try to kick it on out the back of the end zone. You don't want to give up the touchdown. I give up 2 rather than give up 6.
Absolutely. But again, 1:26 left here in the third quarter. If you're Benedict, you still want to maintain your decorum when it comes to playing in all phases of the game. So right now, hey, they may be looking to score some more points.
Now, I'm going to be honest, man. I'm looking at these stats right now. Duhart has 212 yards rushing. He has 212 yards, 3 touchdowns. On the season, Duhart has 244 yards rushing with 4 touchdowns. He gets in the end zone and he gets 30 more yards, man. He has beat his whole season in one game. I might want to see Duhart run a couple of more times.
I think Duhart's 3 touchdowns were all big plays.
Big plays, huge plays.
One of them.
Fernando Lobo set to kick.
And that's the scary thing about Clark. Clark isn't getting beat up and down the field. They're just giving up some huge plays.
Kendall Norman again on the kick return this time. Still on his feet. Looked to be bottled up, but he'll be ridden out of bounds at the 24. Flag on the play. And we'll see what this flag is about. Is a little bit of talking on the sidelines. Again, I love the conversation.
Yeah, they're just having conversation on the sideline.
Homecoming food. They're talking about, whose tailgate is has the best ribs.
Where we're going to go and eat dinner after the game. That's all. Just conversation. Will Lizard Thicket still be open after the game? That's all.
Now, Jamie, you don't know about Lizard Thicket.
He don't know about Lizard
Thicket. I passed by it on the way here.
You need to stop in the morning.
Sly grew up here.
Hey.
I've been here now for more than 30 years.
Wow.
Lizard Thicket is my dinner choice a few times a month.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Must try it.
Now, people don't get upset with me. But tomorrow, before I leave and get back on 20, I will be getting some liver pudding from Lizard Thicket tomorrow. It's the only place I can get liver pudding. Is in South Carolina, so I will be getting some liver pudding tomorrow.
So holding on that last play, Benedict will start at the 10-yard line. Handoff on the right side. We'll see who.
Looks like number 1, Davon Smith.
So it is Davon Smith in the game at this point. Grad transfer from Houston, Texas.
The thing about Smith, he's been around here for a few years now. And, man, he had the darndest things go down for him. I think he had 2 or 3 ACL injuries. And his demeanor is so well respected. You wouldn't think he had any injuries.
As the ball falls incomplete for John Lampley.
And it's interesting you say that. In today's climate where kids pick up and leave at a moment's notice, they don't like the way the dorm look, or they don't like the coach didn't play them on third down, so they pick up and quit, man. It's great to have a kid who sticks with it and sticks with you. And see, now he's on an undefeated team.
That's right.
Absolutely. Lampley looking to pass, has plenty of time. He'll take off with it and be tackled. That'll count as a sack for Clark Atlanta. And that's number 41, Xavier Hopkins.
Got to get rid of that one. Got to get rid of it. He had all the time in the world. As a matter of fact, he could have ate some liver pudding from Lizard Thicket while he was out there. But when you spend that much time and you see the pressure and nothing's there, go ahead and just throw it out of bounds. Throw it away.
That's one that you don't lose yards on.
Absolutely. So Eubanks set to punt. Back to return, number 11, Alvin Jones for Clark Atlanta. And we'll see if we can tighten up Actually, looks like they will not get that punt off as time is dwindled down here in the third quarter. And that is the end.
They called timeout.
Oh, we got a timeout before.
I think the play clock was going to run out, so they
didn't want to get the penalty, so it is a timeout. We'll keep it here.
You know, when you're playing great teams in the future, going forward, even if with the SIAC championship game, you can't be bad on special teams, especially special teams. You can't be bad in that phase of the game.
No, you can't. You can't. And we'll get some scores later on just to see what's going on and see who they'll play in the SIAC championship. Because right now that's still to be determined, as Tuskegee and Kentucky State is actually playing right now.
Surprising team, Kentucky State. You would have asked me at the beginning of the year, I wouldn't have thought that flex bone option offense from Kentucky State.
And we'll talk about that some more in a second as we await this punt. But, you know, early on, you can kind of be deceived when it comes to FCS Division II football, especially early on in the year because of who they're playing, that they're not going to compete in the conference. That's just entirely not true, as Eubanks gets a high punt that looks like it will not be returned, takes a Benedict bounce and a roll dead around the 49-yard line. And that is the end of the third quarter. Benedict in command here at homecoming at Charlie Johnson Stadium, up 35-7 over the Clark Atlanta Panthers. We'll take a break here on the Black College Sports Network.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
And we are back for the final stanza of this game. I'm Jamie Walker alongside Sylvester Williams and Anthony Robertson, and we are at Charlie Johnson Stadium where the Benedict College Tigers are up 35-7 here on homecoming against the Clark Atlanta Panthers. Clark Atlanta 1st and 10 at about the 49-yard line. It is the 49-yard line, and then the quarterback, number 12, Daquan Vincent Nelson. I'll tell you what, big fella here, 6'6", 220 from James Island, South Carolina.
That's what we call the Charleston, South Carolina area.
He'll hand off to Daquan Kinsey, who is back in the ball game. And we got to check these stats. I wonder how many carries he has.
Let's go and pull it up. He is 19. Well, I guess it was 18. That's 19 for about 80. 19 for, it was 18 for 78. No, he lost a yard, so now I guess he's 19 for 77.
It just feels like he's carried the ball a lot more than that.
Well, if you look at the other rushes, Jay Gibbs is the only person who has a rush.
Yep, Jeremiah Gibbs.
And Hall got 7, but they're all for scrambles.
Yeah, you know it's going to
So Vincent completes the pass upfield, and it will be complete.
That's a well ran route right there. They ran that comeback route, come back to the sideline, and what he's doing, the wide receiver is full tilt for about 14 yards. Then he'll plant his feet and come back to the sideline. That's a well ran route.
That's Ronnie West on the reception. 13:55 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Clark Atlanta driving, hoping to add some more points to their total.
and that's when Kinsey get a break.
So two receivers to the near side, one to the far side as Vincent looks to pass, shoots one to the left side, completes it, has some running room to Kinsey. Kinsey still on his feet.
That's touchdown.
Up the left side, and he will get in for the Clark Atlanta touchdown. I'll tell you what, J-Ron Kilpatrick felt like he stepped out of bounds, but no call on the play, and Clark Atlanta gets on the board again. As again, you can see Vincent wasn't a very complicated pass, just shot it into the left flats, and Kinsey was able to catch it, stepped out of one tackle, up the sideline and got in for the Clark Atlanta touchdown.
Tiptoeing down the sideline, showing those pretty feet off.
Yeah. Kenzie's a solid football player.
Absolutely. Great description.
Ooh,
and the extra point is blocked. Looks like it will have the potential of being returned. One man to beat. Let's see if he can get the block. Jumps over a man and gets tackled at about the 45. And that is number 8, Deron Williams. So we'll take a break. 13:24 left here in the fourth quarter. Benedict leading by the score of 35-13. This is HBCU League Pass Plus.
Following my mother's footsteps definitely led me to Shaw University. On a college tour, she's like, oh, look, DJ, that's the McDonald's I used to go to. It ended up being a place where our band members would get to know each other outside of the band room. It's definitely like our student union.
But with fraud.
For our crew to go to that same McDonald's she went to, I wouldn't want it any other way.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing.
And we're back here from Charlie Johnson Stadium. Clark Atlanta adding to that total. Now have 13. Score 35-13. Benedict still leading. You see the high school bands over in the corner, absolutely rocking. Whenever you get that opportunity to play at a college stadium and just have this amount of people, you gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. To show off. You know, a couple of these kids out there in these high schools. Now, I don't know all the high schools. I know they said Cross Creek was out here, and I can tell by the orange and green, and green over on the side. That's Eau Claire High School. I can tell that's Eau Claire over there on the sideline. But, man, to have these high school kids out here, and to be quite honest, man, a lot of these kids, man, they could be auditioning for a spot on Benedict's band next year, you know?
Benedict's band for the last 2 years have been basically the number one Division II HBCU band in the land. And these guys are going to the Macy's Day Parade to represent not only Benedict, but South Carolina. They're under the direction of H. Wade Johnson and Ron Green.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Eric Phoenix back into the game for Benedict, shoots a pass to his left, and that is complete to number 86, Elijah Watson.
You know, part of the thing about it, what I wanted to see today, I never in my life cared about a trombone solo until I saw on YouTube. I saw Benedict and their band, William Bilal and his trombone solo. I never in my life cared about a trombone.
So 2nd and 4, Phoenix will fake the jet sweep and keep it himself and will cross over the 45. It looks like it'll be enough for Benedict first down.
So, Sly, you heard William Belial play that trombone?
Man, it's all over the internet, man. I'm telling you, man, a young man. Well, I guess he's an older guy now. I guess he's been out of school for a little while. I can't call him a young man. But
so I'll tell you what, you listened to that more than once, I know.
A bunch of times. A bunch of times.
So Eric Phoenix tries to get a pass upfield and falls incomplete. Try to go to Reginald Harden that time. And again, 12:21 left here in the contest, and you can kind of see that the coaching staff obviously wants to make sure that this offense is on track. In any other situation, up 35-13, you'll probably have your replacements, and not saying that there aren't some in there, but I think Coach Berry doesn't have the offense where he likes right now.
You know, Jamie, that's a good point. There's a lot of football left to be played for Benedict this season. You want to make sure every aspect of that offense is ready.
Absolutely. Harden with the reception this time and brought down by a host of Panthers, leading the charge, number 94, Javon Hunt.
Because, you talk about a lot of football left. I mean, I know Coach Berry talks about 1-0. Go 1-0, go 1-0, go 1-0. And they still have the battle for Taylor Street left over next week. They got to worry about that, but truth be told, man, you got to start thinking about that SIAC championship game coming up. You got to think about those first round of playoffs for Division II.
So Phoenix shoots the ball upfield, and it's caught. 15, it'll be down around the 15-yard line. I think the turf monster.
The turf monster
got him more than anything. That's number 24, Damon Cherry on the reception.
The turf monster jumped up there and grabbed the ankle.
You know, the thing I like about Benedict, they have a lot of weapons to pass that ball to. Very seldom do we see drops. And those guys are tall and they're lanky and they go up and get the ball. That time was just a great route, everything on that last play.
DeAndre Duhart on the carry. He'll be brought down by number 97. That's Jalen Parham.
You know, I hate the fact that I have another game to call next week, man, because I would love to see this Benedict Allen game. Even though Allen, their record doesn't reflect it, Allen has played so many close games this year. They've been 1 or 2 plays away. But one thing Allen does, man, they throw that ball all around the field. You talk about receivers, but Allen throws the ball a lot.
Eric Phoenix on the option, trying to get into the end zone. It looks like he'll be stopped just short. Looks like out at about the 2-yard line. Actually inside the 2, so it'll be first and goal.
Hey, first and goal. Duhart's coming back in the game. He has a chance for the Al Bundy special. The Al Bundy special, 4 touchdowns in a game. How much money you want to bet Duhart's getting the ball? Duhart's getting the ball.
Listen,
right
I'm
now.
not sure, only because Eric Phoenix might be trying to get, on the board. And Duhart gets it, and will he get into the end zone? He will. The Al Bundy special has happened for DeAndre Duhart, and you love to see it. We're here with 10 minutes left in the contest.
4 touchdowns in a game. And look at it. And he knew this was touchdown number 4 right here. Look at how hard he's running. He knows he's not going to get it again. This is the end of his day. So he's giving everything to get in that end zone and push his way.
My MVP vote goes for number 21, Thunderlight, and Duhart when it comes around.
Listen, I agree. Extra point is up, and it is good. So with 10 minutes left in the contest, we'll take a break here from Charlie W. Johnson Stadium, where Benedict is leading by the score of 42-13 over the Clark Atlanta Panthers. This is the Black College Sports Network in conjunction with HBCU League Pass Plus.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
And we are back. 10 minutes left in the contest. Benedict College leading by the score of 42-13 over the Clark Atlanta Panthers. I'm Jamie Walker alongside Sylvester Williams and Anthony Robertson as we await the kick from Davis Rogers. And again, beautiful atmosphere here in Columbia, South Carolina for homecoming. Davis again on the reception. Has some running room. That's Alvin Jones. Gets to about the 29, and he'll be tackled by a host of Benedict Tigers. Leading the charge, number 22, Kevin Ross. So if you're Clark Atlanta, how do you feel about this game? Of course you're a competitor and you hate losing, but just overall.
It's 9 minutes to go, 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go. You're playing against a great defense. You've gotten a touchdown on with your offense. Your special teams have scored. For Clark Atlanta, they're making progress.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing hard, and they're well coached. Well coached, young, lack of depth. But these guys refuse to quit, refuse to give up.
Great point. Great point. Excellent points.
And another thing they can build on, too, is it's not like Benedict just beat them up and down the field. It's just been some really big plays. And this guy right here can't.
Daquan Kinsey crosses 45-50, 45-40, and we tackled around the 39 as he goes out of bounds. And once again, Daquan Kinsey showing you the absolute effort even being down by this score, showing you just that maximum effort for Clark Atlanta.
You know, Kenzie's back in his home state.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat Allen on the last second play.
Yep.
And, you know, so you know those folk from Abbeville are back down here. His family, his friends. He want to do great. And also he want to win.
Kenzie again on the carry, but he'll be brought down short of the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Javarius Wilson, 5'11", 218-pounder from Zavrillis, Florida, Clearwater Academy.
Mm-hmm. You know, I really like what Kenzie's doing, man. He's 108 yards rushing, 5.4 yards a carry. I mean, young man, here's another thing for you youngsters to watch out for. The eye in the sky is always watching. You're down, 42-13, but some scout is always watching. Somebody's always watching you play. So you have to keep on playing no matter what the game looks like or the situation looks like. You can't stop. You got to keep playing and keep playing hard.
Vincent Nelson on the carry, Daquan Vincent Nelson, and he'll be tackled. Looks like he had more yards, but I think his knee went down early, so now it's 3rd and 1 for Clark Atlanta. 8:15 left in the contest and counting.
He's supposed to come out the game. His helmet just went off at the end of that run, and they're just going to let him play. Yeah, technically he's supposed to come out the game.
So Kenzie to his left, 4 wide for Clark Atlanta. 7:54 and counting here in the contest. We'll hand off to Kenzie once again. It looks like he'll have enough for Clark Atlanta first down. Tackled by number 96, Jaquez Lalight.
I like that stuff. I think that stuff in the middle of that linebacker came up there and stuffed him.
You know about linebacker play.
Hey, man, I know a little bit about linebacker play, man. I played a little bit of linebacker in this collegiate football arena.
That's why I refer to you as the hitman, sir.
Hey, man.
Not to get hit man.
Not to get hit man. It was my job to hit somebody. Smile on my face when I see a linebacker come up and make a stick.
That was a good stick by Wilson.
Absolutely. So ball on the 28-yard line. Clark Atlanta still driving, 1st and 10. Vincent will take off with the ball and take a defender with him for a little while.
That was that linebacker again, Wilson.
Yes, it was. Javarius Wilson on the tackle.
Wilson rolled, but he didn't give up on
He did not give up. I'll tell you what, hey, it's a big boy. Daquan Vincent Nelson listed at 6'6", 220.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not small by any means.
He's moving that offense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if why he was on that sideline as long as he's been. Maybe some disciplinary problems. Maybe he had to sit, various reasons.
I think it's a matter of them still trying to see who's playing, who's going to play, what the future of this team looks like. So could be a variety of things. I mean, when it comes up, he's a sophomore, so
he's a youngster.
Still got time. And it looks like it will be a timeout, Clark Atlanta. Or a penalty? No, looks like timeout, Clark Atlanta. So we'll take a break here from Charlie Johnson Stadium. 6:18 left in the contest. Benedict in command, 42-13 over Clark Atlanta.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Pay no interest for 72 months, plus current eligible Buick owners get $500 purchase allowance on Buick SUV models.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so
6:18 left in the contest. Benedict up 42-13, but Clark Atlanta definitely not quitting. 2nd down. As Vincent looking to pass, he'll take off with the ball. Gets down to about the 6-yard line.
Vincent Nelson with the quarterback keeper.
And now here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're doing this. They're advancing the ball against a lot of the starters for Benedict. It's not like Benedict has the 2nd string, 3rd string out there. There's a lot of starters still in the game for Benedict. and they're advancing the ball up and down the field. I mean, they're advancing the ball down the field.
Yeah, that defensive line, for the most part, is still out there. Matter of fact, they've been rotating defensive linemen all game. So, yeah, I mean, it may not have been the starter, but they've been getting significant time.
Well, that touchdown Kinsey scored was against Benedict starters.
So 5:35 and counting here in the fourth quarter, 1st and goal. Benson will keep it this time and brought down on a play by big number 99. That's Curtis Williams, 5'11", 285-pounder from Apopka, Florida. Reminds me of another Apopka, Florida Hall of Famer in Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp, the most honorary guy in all of football. Warren just excuse me. I know Warren. I know Warren. Warren's an angry guy.
So 2nd and goal for Clark Atlanta. As again, you're impressed with just the way they, showing fight and absolutely staying in the game. We're glad you are still out there with us in this 42-13 contest. As we have a whistle. We'll see what this call is about. Looks like it is a delayed game on Clark Atlanta, but again, glad you could join us here on the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus.
A lot of interesting things going on, man, out here. We're trying to figure out some of these scores going on in the world, man. But earlier, Shawan was leading Virginia Union late in the fourth, 26-14. Woo.
And I guess it's not too early to start talking playoffs to a degree because those teams that are getting looks have come out this week, Benedict being one of them, as Clark Atlanta with the pass into the end zone for the touchdown. No flags on the play. And we'll catch that number in a second as young man has a lot of hair.
I'll tell you what.
The hair is blocking the number.
Blocking the number.
That's a great pass, great play, called everything by Wilson. And Wilson is another one that Coach Berry missed out on. He's from Johns Island, South Carolina. I guess you can't get them all.
You can't get them all. Can't get them all.
And we'll catch that number in a second. But Clark Atlanta strikes again. Extra point is up, and it is good. So with 4:19 left in the contest, Benedict leads now by the score of 42-20, and that was Devin McCoy on that touchdown reception. So we'll keep it here for a second, just talk about, again, the atmosphere and everything going on. Ashley, if you're keeping up with everything, and Tuskegee has defeated Kentucky State to clinch the SIAC West and beat Kentucky State handily 28-7, which is impressive because I've seen that team out here and I've seen the team in other, vicinities, and they've been impressive. They definitely improved, but now Benedict knows who their opponent is going to be in the SIAC championship. And now let's talk about the styles in the fight.
Well, I'll tell you this first. Historically, this is true history here. In the history of Benedict football, they've never beaten Tuskegee.
Ooh.
Never, ever. Not from the golden years, from the 40s and 50s and 60s. Never had a victory over Tuskegee through playing them in the 90s and beyond. So a lot of first opportunities for Benedict. But first of all, they have to get past Allen next week and then focus on Tuskegee.
Now, here's something about Tuskegee. Tuskegee likes to run the ball. Coach Ruffin is going to run it. He is going to establish the run and figure everything else out from there. Now, you've seen with Clark. Clark has been – they got a 100-yard rusher. Kinsey rushed for 100 this game. And so Tuskegee's a lot better team than Clark. They're a lot better team than Clark. So that's going to be really interesting. They're going to have to bow up because now you're going to play an Allen team next week who wants to throw the ball all over the field, and then you're going to have to play Tuskegee who wants to run the ball.
Damon Cherry returns it to the 35. Looked like a handoff and may have been a penalty call. Stoppage of play. We'll see what this is about. Okay, so they called it an incomplete pass.
That shovel
jet
pass.
sweep, whenever it comes out of quarterback's hands, regardless of where it is, if it's a forward pass, it is a pass, and he dropped it, so incomplete pass. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Benedict, and I think you have some very excellent points. We actually called the game. We didn't talk about for who, but we saw that Tuskegee team. They have a stable of backs in Dante Edwards and Torian Taylor, who ended up being the SIAC Player of the Week, over 200 yards on the ground that game. So if you're talking about Clark Atlanta being able to run just a little bit, Tuskegee's coming with the running game.
Yes, sir.
So we will see. So 3rd down, 3:48 and counting here in the 4th quarter. And, again, you see a lot of starting parts for the Benedict offense. I think if you ask Coach Berry after this game, he'll be pleased with the 1-0, but I don't think he's actually just completely pleased with the performance.
Not at all.
It's, your top team playing against one of your dweller teams. And, in some parts of the game, Tuskegee Clark Atlanta looked like the better team. The scores certainly don't indicate it.
It's just one of those occasions where Benedict, they just had the better players. Sometimes, I like to tell people all the time, the NFL is about the X's and O's. College is about the Bobby and Joes. Sometimes you just got to have better players. And when you have better players, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win.
So Eubanks set to punt. Once again, Alvin Jones for the return ball. Nearly goes over Eubanks' head, but saves it. Ball rolling. Jones will return. Has some room if he can get a block. But I'll tell you what, that coverage unit still on his feet. And then the coverage catches up to him, including that man, J-Ron Kilpatrick, who nearly went WWE just then. And just a little bit of talking. I know, it's 3 minutes left in the game, and they've been playing hard the entire game. Clark Atlanta not giving up the fight, still fighting, still trying to score. And I think when it comes to two teams going against each other, you've been beating each other for 3.5 quarters. So some of those things happen. But we also talked about them maybe talking. Lizard Thicket, whose ribs were good at the tailgate. Maybe a lot of stuff going on.
That's it. They're just, just having good, healthy conversation.
A lot of times you come on that sideline in a game like this, you're having a lot of fun. You're thinking about, hey, like you guys said, hey, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But Coach Berry and his staff will be on these gentlemen to let them know, homecoming or not, we still need to play good football.
Absolutely is. Again, Vincent Nelson completes a pass, and that'll go to number 17, Devon McCoy.
Devon McCoy out of Charleston. Clark's done a good job of getting down there in the low country.
I'll tell you what, and again, Coach Slater talked about him being, showing or him being hired late and not having a full recruiting season. You got to just understand it was a surprise, not a surprise hire, but a surprise vacancy, to be perfectly honest with you. And so, Clark didn't have the full summer and full spring to absolutely develop what they're going to be. But you can see the fight. You can see the implementation of what's going on with his team and what it could be for the future.
And that's the thing. You give Coach Slater a whole year to work with this young talent that he has out there. He could be really, really, really deadly next year.
Crafty veteran.
I kind of agree with you because in the second half, Clark has outscored Benedict. So they put up 20 points in this half. Benedict put up, 14?
Excellent point. Excellent point. They've shown fight throughout this entire game. So 1st and 15 for Clark Atlanta. Vincent Nelson looking to pass. Scrambles, and he'll be taken down. And that's by number 15, Aaron Miller.
It's a good job of that defensive front kind of closing that pocket in, caving that pocket in, and everybody just falling over the top and coming on in and picking up the sack.
Yeah, Aaron Miller at that sack. That's redshirt junior, 6'2", 230, out of Decatur, Georgia, Miller Grove High School. He's
but also, go ahead.
Transfer in with Coach Berry here.
Decatur.
Where is greater? 1:16 left in the contest. 2nd and 15. Vincent Nelson looking to pass. Throws the ball out. I'll tell you what. Him being 6'6",
That's
worked perfectly that time. That's the only way he actually gets that pass off.
I'm telling you, man, he threw that thing over the top of his head, over his shoulder, falling down. Yeah, he's a 5'11" quarterback. That doesn't happen.
You might not even see how open that.
Yes, the tight end was open that time.
And then with the reception, it hit him in the worst place possible.
Oh,
his hands.
Hit him in the hands. Hey, hit him in his hands.
So 3rd and 16 for Clark Atlanta. Again, trailing by the score of 42-20 here in the fourth quarter. 104 left in the contest. And again, this team still fighting. So definitely give credit to Coach Later on this. But the quarterback can be taken down, fumble on the play.
Touchdown.
And Luber Danellis in for the Benedict touchdown.
You know, a fitting person to score this final touchdown for Benedict. Homecoming night, his last regular season game here at Benedict. That's no fitting person could have been better for.
You're right, man. You got a kid who's all year long, he's been the dominant force on the leading defense in the SIAC. Why not let him get a touchdown?
Absolutely.
Why not let him get a touchdown?
Just going in. Quarterback never saw him coming. And I think no one from Clark Atlanta absolutely knew that the ball was on the ground as the extra point is up and good. So with 53 seconds left in the contest, your new score, Benedict 49, Clark Atlanta 20. We'll keep it here only just because of the time left. Let's talk for a second.
We just saw that SIAC Defensive Player of the Year close out this game with a touchdown.
Great point.
I'm predicting.
Hey, listen up.
Wait a minute. He has a sack. He has a sack. I think he has 2 tackles. Okay, I might need to pull up the stats. Not only does Benedict have a chance of having the Offensive Player of the Week this week, they might have a chance of getting the Defensive Player of the Week, man.
I'll tell you what.
Maybe even special teams with the young man from from Spartanburg, number 84, Kendall Norman.
Hey, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of –
Can they make the clean sweep?
You got a lot of people.
And you know what? Not only special teams player of the week, 84, your kid from Dorman, he's a freshman.
He's a freshman.
They might get the newcomer of the week.
That's right.
Benedict might have a clean sweep this week for awards.
Listen, like Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible.
And Kevin Garnett's a South Carolina.
He is.
He is not a Chicago person.
That's right.
He's not a Chicago kid.
As a ball is fair caught at the 15-yard line. 53 seconds left in the contest.
From Malden, South Carolina.
Yes.
You know, that's one of my low lights or highlights, you might say. When I realized basketball wasn't for me, we played at team camp at Presbyterian when I was in high school, and Kevin was a junior. He dunked on me. Hard.
Oh, man, I need the tape. I want to see that.
Jamie, Sly has an interesting background. He's been dunked on by Kevin.
Check this out. My greatest basketball achievement was holding Jermaine O'Neal to 11 points. I held Jermaine O'Neal to 11 points when King Park played Lowick Park in the City League Championship, county championships.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if that was a Coach Blunt-led team.
But he had 5 dunks, and I had 5 fouls.
Daquan Kinsey continuing to run for Clark Atlanta. Gets up to the 35-yard line. Looks like he'll pick up another first down. Daquan Kinsey has had an outstanding game today against a really top-ranked defense. Now, I'll tell you what, that's one of those pieces you can definitely build around.
Quincy has done. Kinsey has done just so much for this team. 118 yards rushing. He just hadn't gotten to the end zone on the running the ball. But he has 118 rushing, 45 receiving, plus a touchdown. Kinsey has played a really, really good game.
Yeah, last pass complete to Brandon Hinton. 5'8", 225-pounder from Mobile, Alabama. And that will be the last play of the game. And your final from Charlie W. Johnson Stadium, the Benedict College Tigers, the SIAC champions, 49, the Clark Atlanta Panthers, 20. We're going to take a quick break. Make sure you come back as we go over the stats and just have a small talk. So once again, make sure you come back. 49-20, Benedict College wins. This is the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
Following my mother's footsteps definitely led me to Shaw University. On a college tour, she's like, oh, look, DJ, that's the McDonald's I used to go to. It ended up being a place where our band members would get to know each other outside of the band room. It's definitely like our student union.
But with fries.
For our crew to go to that same McDonald's she went to, I wouldn't want it any other way.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Pay no interest for 72 months, plus current eligible Buick owners get $500 purchase allowance on Buick SUV models.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
And welcome back to Charlie W. Johnson Stadium, where the Benedict College Tigers have just defeated the Clark Atlanta Panthers by the score of 49-20. I'm Jamie Walker alongside Sylvester Williams and Anthony Robertson. Let's talk about these stats for a second because they are eye-popping when it comes to just what Benedict was able to do on the ground.
On the ground, everything starts off with DeAndre Duhart. Duhart had 252 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. He came into this game 4 touchdowns, 244 yards rushing. That was a whale of a game. Young man had a 76-yard touchdown run, a 55-yard touchdown run. He had another huge run. Hey, that is how you do it. That's how you do it on homecoming, what this young man did on homecoming this year. And everybody else, it's like one of those times when you know this man is your man, and they say, we're just going to let him cook. We're going to let him cook.
Now, I'll tell you what, it wasn't much in the passing game today. I don't think Benedict really had to go to the air much. When you have that kind of ground attack, you know that Christopher, that DeAndre Duhart. You didn't see Zaire Scotland today. You talked about his ankle injury, so definitely held out just because of, you got some other hardware to play for. So DeAndre Duhart, who, is the lightning to that thunder, absolutely performed today, Anthony.
As we speak about Duhart had been out for a few games, nicked up himself, and at that time Stockland was carrying the load. Stockland went down on the first carry at the Morehouse game, and it's been Duhart since. This game he came in and was ready to carry the load. He played the thunder and lightning that is mainly tied between he and Stockland. And Coach Berry often talks about the power that not Stockland, but Duhart runs with.
Absolutely. When you're looking at, the passing situation, really, Air Phoenix, just a quality day, but not the day that you would think he would have. 50% passing, 8 of 16 for 115 yards, longest of the day, on 28 yards. So not the day that he would typically have, but efficient. He led this offense, and that's all you look for in a Channingsberry offense is to score points, and they definitely did that today.
And that's what you want. That's what you want out of your quarterback. You want your quarterback to be a great field general, to keep things under control, keep things calm, and that's what he did. He didn't have to do any. When you got a guy who runs 250 yards, you don't have to do much as a quarterback. You just got to make sure you get the play in and hand it off right on time.
Absolutely. Now, if you Clark Atlanta, again, we talked about the way that they will build really from all the games this year. They won, a few games on the season. You saw them, inch out a game at Edward Waters, exciting game. You saw them do a few more things. You can see this team building. If you look at their stats, for example, passing, not a Darium Hall. That was actually Sharif Brown who switched numbers. And 12 of 20 for 121 yards, 1 touchdown. Actually brought in some more quarterbacks. You saw Daquan Vincent Nelson come in 4 of 5, 63, and another touchdown on their own. Both took 2 sacks. So when you look at this squad, you can see they have pieces. You have this system that is at the beginning stages of what it can be in its potential. When you're talking about the way that Clark Atlanta traditionally, plays, this squad has been subpar. That's probably being nice. But they have the potential to do some other things. You have the crafty veteran, I like to call, in Coach Willie Slater, but you've seen this team fight. What are you looking for them going forward?
Well, going forward, first of all, if you give Coach Slater a full offseason, you give him a full offseason to recruit and bring in some kids that he wants, some kids that he knows, and then like right now, he's taking what he had to work with and he's making it work. You see, like you said, they didn't quit this whole game. They fought the whole way through, and it's a lot of strong building blocks for him to build off of, and you give him that full offseason. Clark Atlanta's going to come back next year and hit some people in the mouth.
Absolutely.
They're going to come back and shock some people. So my thing is, be on your toes. Don't overlook Clark Atlanta. Don't overlook Clark Atlanta, especially next year. They're going to be here, and they're going to be ready for you.
Now, Anthony, you've been around this Benedict team. You know Coach Berry pretty well as far as his expectations. They've went 1-0 today. They've accomplished that mission. But they have some other things to play for going forward. What do you think his message is to the team, even though he just got doused in Gatorade or water or whatever it is, and they're happy, it's homecoming? What do you think his message will be going forward after this game? Because it wasn't their finest hour.
You know what, Brian, I would say to Coach Berry, you're going to take this week, starting tomorrow. I would say even tomorrow, and that the direction is going to be on focusing on all of the little things. Let's not get lost in the fact that in reality we're 9-0. We've won the Eastern Division of the SIAC. We're going to play in the SIAC Championship, because before all of that happens, anything with Tuskegee, he's going to have to face a tough Yellow Jacket team, Allen University, Yellow Jackets right across the street. And what way to better fine-tune your team, your players, your staff, than to get ready for the SIAC championship game than to do it against Allen University next week. So I would imagine his words are going to be, hey, let's focus and let's get our special teams right. Can't beat good teams with special team play less than adequate.
Less than stellar, definitely. If we pointed out anything when it comes to what Benedict can improve upon, it is definitely the special teams. Both, the punting and the field goal game. They didn't kick any today, but you've seen in the past how that can be improved. So definitely have something to look forward to. I think they'll shore those things up against Allen, because I think that's going to be a tough contest. Allen can absolutely score the ball. And if you have a high-powered offense, I'm not sure if quarterback David Wright is playing right now for Allen. Looked at some tape, didn't see him in the game, but they can still put up points. So we'll see what that'll be going on during the week. Any last-minute thoughts from either team or about either team, Si?
Me being from Columbia, full disclosure, I said it many times during the broadcast. I'm from Columbia. I really love the strides that this Benedict program has made. When I was in high school, that's when they restarted their program, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. There was nowhere in the world you could have told me I would have went to Benedict College. Nowhere in the world, because of where they were. But when you see the strides that Benedict has made, they built this beautiful stadium. I'm talking about, it's no question it's the best in the SIAC. I'm talking about this stadium is one of the best D2 stadiums in the nation. And then you have what Coach Berry has done, the excitement that he's brought into this program and the steps that this program has made. The band is the number one HBCU band in the nation. Hey, Benedict is a program on the rise, and if they can keep going 1-0 each week, if they can keep going 1-0 each week, man, Benedict is going to become a national program. And the only problem that Benedict will have in the future, you go and tell President Artis, she might have to worry about opening up that checkbook for Coach Berry in a little bit. It's going to have to happen. They're going to have to open up that checkbook to keep Coach Berry around.
Anthony, any last thoughts from you?
Well, I would imagine, as Sly said, the phone calls will start ringing Coach Berry's way at the conclusion of this season. But hopefully we can keep him here. the direction that he has the program going in, the direction that he has the players in, just the excitement around Columbia, the excitement around South Carolina. He has local talent making major strides, making great plays, many plays for the program here at Benedict. And, finally, I'll say this about Benedict's program. As they continue to win 1-0, 1 week at a time, now they're at 9-0. Coach Berry don't talk about 9-0, but the fans, the alumni, the students are talking about 1-0, 9-0, as well as the community. I'm looking forward to Coach Berry getting those guys ready for next Saturday when they play at Allen University at Westwood High School. Game time will be 2:00 p.m.
The battle for Taylor Street.
That's right. Sly, you grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, and I went to Benedict. I'm a Benedict graduate. One thing you and I didn't see, Sly, in our lives was Benedict football before 1995 when they brought it back. And from what I understand, this community, and maybe even your parents could tell you, I can't, the battle between Allen University and Benedict back before both schools discontinued football was something else.
See, I don't, of course I don't remember, but I vividly remember my dad telling me, Allen used to have their stadium used to be where the student center is now. It used to be, they changed it to a food, when they bulldozed the stadium, they changed it to a food line, and now I think their student center is over there now. But that used to be Allen Football Stadium, and that stadium was rocking. When you had those two, you had Allen playing Benedict, oh man, last one out of town, turned the lights out. I'm telling you, that was rocking. This whole side of Columbia was rocking when you had those two programs play each other, man. And I see in the future, if Allen has to match what Benedict's doing. They got to step up and match what Benedict's doing. But I'm telling you, man, that rivalry is going to come back, man. It's going to be something fierce.
Sometimes when you have rivalries like that, the records don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Absolutely don't matter. Benedict's now 9-0. I think Allen's 1-7 or 1-8. Whatever the case, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
That game will go down, and that's going to be a big one. So, Sly, if you could make your way back to Columbia to be here with us.
I got a game in Savannah, man. I hate to say that, man. I begged and pleaded to get this game, to get the Benedict Allen game, but I got to go to Savannah State. I begged and pleaded for this one.
Well, the good thing about it, friendship and love, we're going to let you know the score.
Let me know. Let me know.
All right, as we wind down, got to remind everyone on HBCU League Pass Plus, the GCAC Volleyball Tournament will be on HBCU League Pass Plus. That's November 4th through the 6th from New Orleans. And on BCSN, Black College Sports Network. Make sure you tune in. Download the apps for both of them as well. Jericho Broadcasting Network and or the HBCU League Pass Plus app as well.
It's free.
It is free. Free 99. Free 99. So for Roy Evans, for Mel, for Kim, for Anthony Robertson, for Sly Williams, I am Jamie Walker. Thank you all for tuning in today on HBCU League Pass Plus and the Black College Sports Network.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU